Everybody back to Goblin Town! Alright then.
Decaf,
What?
Daryl. Decaf.
Alright. You guys can do the intros next time. Like I said, collaborative narrative. Y'all can get a chance. If you want, I can stop the stream and restart it. You guys can do it.
No, I think we're good.
It's fine. I'm just busting your chops.
Hi, welcome. Your favorite dorks are back.
It's true. It's our second session of the year.
Indeedy do.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so let's review about last time. Okay, so
On the stream starting thing. Just so
oh
you know.
yeah, here we go. Let me Goblin Town. Nice. Okay, so here we are. Last time you all set up a campsite, and you set up a campsite. No, not that one. You set up a campsite about there, where right, basically where that first circle is, underneath Dagmar's face. Right there. That when you woke up the next morning, you noticed that you were being spied on by two individuals. From what you could tell, one was a taller figure that appeared to be human, wearing scraps of leather armor and like a loincloth, and then there was another figure, also similarly in loincloth and small bits of armor and a horned helmet, who seemed to be a goblin. Once they realized that you had noticed their presence, they hightailed it. They hopped on their dinosaur mounts and rode away. You decided to just let them go. Your bloodthirst satiated for the moment.
You will never be satiated.
Continue to go on, up the mountain, up the same way you came over, and camped here. Once you woke up for the next day, you would realize that all of your rations had been eaten by rats during the night. And you were pressed... Oh, wait, no. Let me think. Sorry. Before that, sorry. Let's see. There we go. So, no, you met some boars. Oh, yeah. I forgot to upload it. I need to upload that picture. I actually did a picture of a boar.
Yeah, that fight was a real bore.
It's a beautiful digital painting for
I'm a dad
terrible
now. I have to
memory.
make dad jokes.
You've been a dad.
I know, for 7 years. You'd think I'd want to stop by now, but no.
No.
Just guess.
I haven't known you that long, and
unlocks it.
I haven't known you that long, and the entire time it's been dad jokes.
He's not wrong.
I'm pretty sure you opened the first class I ever had with you with a dad joke.
That checks out.
Didn't you at one point? Oh, that's a lovely drawing, Daryl.
Oink.
That's fantastic.
So good.
This is the kind of pig that goes oink.
Okay, so...
That's the kind of pig that'll kill a Baratheon. That's what that is.
Oh, snap.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so while you were climbing the mountain, you came upon some wild piglets grazing along a stream. You unwisely decided to approach the wildlife, which is never recommended by park rangers. Listen to park rangers.
Only you can prevent boar attacks.
You were then attacked
Dagmar's fault.
by the
No,
mother
it's
boar
not.
and the father boar. And you made it out by the skin of your tusks. You continue to go up. Let me see. I don't know why it's not doing that. Oh no, I thought I grouped these things together. It's weird. All right. Huh. Okay, so you made it to the second site. You camped. However, you discovered in the morning that your rations have been eaten by woodland creatures, and without the and so you did not have any rations, and you decided to raid a nest you came upon. And you continued onward with your ill-gotten goods, and came to camp. Well, actually, no, you didn't quite set up camp yet. That's basically where we left off. You had just run away from the scene. That's basically where we're at now. Are there any questions?
Nope.
I was promised a pig not too
You
long
were not
ago.
promised a pig.
I was.
You were not.
I was. It's on the
This
Discord.
is false.
I was promised a pig.
You got a pig. You got the pig's tusks. You got the pig's tusks right into your side.
That's not what I asked for. And
What
the
you
promise
got?
was after I got that.
I'm sorry. I believe the way the phrase goes is you get what you get and you don't get upset.
Go on with this game of disappointment, DM.
Now that the eggs are down, is there any chance I could sort of examine them and see if I...
Generally speaking, if you're doing guidance, you have to make a decision to do the guidance before you can actually take the action. So if you're just kind of sitting there not doing anything, and I call it perception roll, that's kind of a passive thing. You're not actively making an order of action. So go ahead, do guidance.
All right, let's see. We'll do that. I'll add a D4 to that.
Do it.
Whoop. Ooh, all of 1 point.
Okay,
16.
16. So these... Let's see. These seem to be the eggs of some sort of pterosaur.
Ooh. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that these are the eggs of some sort of pterosaur. Terror being exactly what we'll experience if it finds out that we have its eggs.
Then we will soar away as fast as we can.
Yeah, I'm not the only one with the dad jokes.
I should not encourage it.
Oh god, we're starting this out on the wrong foot.
Or is it the right foot?
No, stop it. Just stop it.
So I inform my fellow adventurers of what we have found and what we may be consuming, much to the anger of Mama.
How many eggs? I believe you took 2 eggs. Yes.
2.
2 eggs. You plucked 2 eggs out of the nest. I'll remember that.
Oh no.
Yay, I'm so glad you said it like that.
It's never a good day when the DM says, I'll remember that.
I mean, we stole eggs. It didn't see us that we know of.
No, as far as you know, it did not see you.
As far as we know, he repeats again.
The hills have eyes.
Well, I told you guys not to do that. I told you guys that this wouldn't be a good idea.
That's great. I did it anyways.
You sure did.
Okay, should we remind everybody who touched the pig? Should we? Should we?
To be entirely honest, I'm just curious as to whether it tastes like chicken, and I say that very, very lowly so that Fred and Gail can't hear. Are
I thought you were a vegetarian.
no,
I
like.
could have sworn that you were.
I do eat more veggies than I do eat meat, but beggars can't be choosers, especially when you're in the middle of nowhere.
Sounds to me like you're a selectitarian.
Gail heard that.
Gale rolled an 18. Jesus.
Gail heard that. Oh god.
You get some side eye, serious side eye from Gail, and in a few moments from Fred as well.
Oh God.
You just get a balk?
Well, that's okay. I'd imagine that that Fred and Gail would balk at eating these eggs anyway.
Oh,
God.
by the gods.
Oh, come on.
It was just there.
Can't we
You
have like a
just
cooldown period for like everyone?
Nope, no mercy.
Okay, so you need to decide what do you. Okay, so you've escaped the scene of the crime.
I don't know.
More or less, it's the end of the end of the second day. You're about at the top of the mountain. You can, and the top of the mountain is just slightly above the tree line. So it's pretty bare up here on top. So if you'd like, you can camp somewhere around here for the night, or whatever it is. What's your plan?
Well, we need to forage for food, don't we?
We have eggs.
Yeah, or make the eggs.
I mean, they're pretty big eggs. If we cooked them up, they'd probably be fine for all of us.
It's either that or, Dagmar's gonna have to sit on it and hatch it.
Oh my God.
Well, you
God,
get
I
a
really
pet.
hope these eggs aren't fertilized.
Won't the mama like smell the egg if we cook it? Like, oh, that smells like my child roasting on a fire.
No, Greta,
Sorry, that was
and flowers.
that was a disturbing reach there. If
No.
if we cut your hand off and we cooked it, would you be able to smell that it was your hand?
That's gross.
This is getting.
See, all I can think of now is that scene from The Walking Dead.
No.
Thankfully, I don't
need
watch
that
that.
right
All right, so I will. I'll be happy to cook the eggs, and yes, I will add some edible flowers, maybe some
Add some
lavender,
shrooms.
thyme, dill, cilantro. If I can, I would have to forage for any mushrooms because I don't have any mushrooms. But flowers, I have plenty of.
There you have it.
Didn't we get mushrooms last time we foraged? Or did we eat those already?
Yeah, we found mushrooms.
No, we just had a. I don't think we had found any mushrooms. I think we had a low nature roll on that.
No, I mean the roll
No,
before
I had
that.
found mushrooms.
That was
I
the
had
first
found
day.
mushrooms last.
On the
Oh,
first
was
day,
it
you
the
found
last day?
mushrooms.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Pretty bad advent calendar. First day we get mushrooms. Second day we get eggs. Jeez.
Okay, are you? I'm guessing you're setting up camp here then.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty.
What time of day is it?
Well, this
Egg
is
time.
nighttime. I mean, you're setting up. I assume you're setting up
Oh,
your
okay.
tents in the twilight hours, in dusk, in the light of the setting sun,
Yes, sir.
which is a little bit later because you're a higher elevation. But I'm bump.
Oh, so okay. So technical. I love it.
Okay. So, let me see then. Okay, so I want you to describe. Since you talked about the ingredients for the food, go ahead and describe for the audience what you do. What exactly can you cook with an egg and flowers?
Well, let's see.
Oh no.
Well, I would imagine that there are plenty of elements. I feel like, it'd be rather pedestrian to go with, say, dill or cilantro. So I think maybe a little bit of lavender and thyme for a bit more of a floral feel.
Well, do you
And
fry?
nasturtiums are also delicious.
Like, do you like fry the eggs, devil the eggs? What are you gonna do with them?
I will try to make a very nice sort of creamy scrambled eggs.
I see.
I'll be using like the Gordon Ramsay technique where he does a little bit on the heat, a little bit off the heat, a little bit on the heat, a little bit off the heat. Speaking from
Nice.
experience, out of game, it's a pain in the ass to cook scrambled eggs that way, but they come out perfect.
Hmm. Okay, so let's see then. So, do you do anything for your camp? Do you set up your tents, your bedrolls? Do you set up watch? What do you do?
I will take first watch if we're gonna do watch shifts.
I will take second watch.
Third.
Yes, is that all 3 watches, or are we doing 4 watches?
Okay, and then the
Where
second
did
watch.
where did Gail just roll for perception?
That was earlier when she
Oh, I'm
heard
sorry.
Grandall.
Okay. My bad.
Okay, wait. The second watch was
A theory?
okay. And then third watch. Third watch was
Genera.
Genera. Okay.
If we're doing a 4th watch, I'll be happy to take it. But if it's just 3 watches, then I'll be fine
It,
sleeping through the night.
it just like chops up the your time slots smaller. It's not that big of a deal. Okay.
Cool.
So instead of like say doing 3 hours apiece, you do 2 hours apiece. Okay. All right then. Alrighty. Let me see here. I am going to roll actually for your next challenge.
Nothing happens at night.
Well, this is going to give me an idea of how I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
A 3.
Out of 6?
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Interesting. Okay. All right. Svarin, go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
What do you do for your first watch? Please do all the rolls you need for your first watch.
All the rolls I need.
Yeah. What are you going to do? You know,
All right,
you volunteered to take the first watch. Doesn't mean you actually watch for anything. You can just sleep.
Oh, bet. That's right. All right. So I'm going to just kind of casually chill. And let's go lute again. Just like very lightly and calmly tuning and playing my lute. Almost like lullaby like while the rest of the party rests.
Alrighty. You can roll a performance check if you'd like.
Performance to see if I wake them up.
Svarin should get first watch all the time.
12.
You do a decent ditty.
I'm tired, okay? Cut me some slack.
Uh,
But I'll
I-
stay awake the whole watch.
Would I think it'd be really evil? Actually, shoot. Never
What?
mind. I'm gonna
What?
keep my mouth shut. I had a really good idea. I didn't roll for it.
Excuse
dead?
you.
Is he dead?
Excuse you?
Did he just die?
No.
Calm down. Just instantly murders a player out of nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Okay,
To
so
be fair, that's your luck, Jake.
Oh my goodness.
Knowing me, yeah.
All right. Okay. Did you roll a perception? Are you actually gonna watch?
I guess, but these were never good rolls. The same exact roll, so 6 again, so a 9 this time. Whatever it is, I don't see it.
Well, do you keep the fire going?
That would be up to the rest of the party. Do they feel comfortable with me watching a fire? They have to answer.
I mean, you don't have dark vision, right? So we kind of need to leave the fire going, otherwise you can't see anything anyway.
Oh,
Well, just for the first
He's-
shift, and then the
he's
rest of us
not
have dark
s-
vision.
He's not smart. He doesn't need to see anything. He's not going to know it anyways. Let's say we left the fire going because I'm living for the chaos right now.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. So, the flickering lights of the fire, um, cause shadows to dance among the rocks and crevices here on top of the mountain. Kind of shoot out across the valley. The kind of signal to everybody around that there's a fire. There's somebody up there on top of the mountain. Depends how big you
Andy.
get the fire, I suppose.
It's low.
Okay.
I'm not feeding it. I'm letting it go so that it will die by the time the second watch
and
comes.
retcon it.
No,
want
because
everyone-
that's what Gretel said.
Okay. I want everyone to imagine that scene in the Fellowship of the Ring where the hobbits
see
are
it.
cooking on top of the lookout tower, cooking their
Oh,
bacon.
right.
Never saw it.
You
Uh,
fools! Well, I'll admit, some sausages and nice crispy bacon sounds very good right about now.
All right then.
Oh, because we're at like the top.
Let me see. I'm gonna send a message actually for this next part.
Excuse me?
I really hope that eventually we've got a person who watches this campaign consistently simply to ask the DM in chat every now and then, hey, what's Fred doing? What's Fred's importance here? What's Fred's role in this? Does Fred get a turn? Is Fred gonna do anything?
Okay, now that Dagmar's done mumbling, I need everybody to wake up.
No.
So I'm just gonna let out a loud, just like menacing growl.
Gretel instantly
Like it
shoots
will
up,
jolt you awake.
and Gretel having I have a very high passive perception, but I can also roll a perception check of my own if you would care me to, DM.
Oh, go for it. You look about.
Okay. And since this is an active thing, guidance.
Okay.
And again, I roll a natural 1 on perception, which is my thing.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
But only I could roll a natural 1 and still get a 10 in perception.
Like me and animal handling.
Basically. Okay, and so when they hear me, though, I'm gonna point to the direction I see that. Hopefully they're catching on at this point.
Okay, well, Theory gets up, sees its bar and pointing, and pulls her crossbow.
It's gonna be like that scene in Avengers where they just pan the camera around and everyone just starts looking at a tree that I probably notice is moving.
I would like to hide, and I will also cast Shillelagh
Okay.
as well on my staff before I hide. So I'm going to cast Shillelagh and then hide.
Okay.
It's gonna be so funny when
And
it's a
roll
squirrel.
another natural 1.
So
Yeah. So I just sort of trip over the. I'm too distracted in casting Shillelagh, and I trip over a root, and then
He's
fall
tired.
flat on my face into a mud puddle.
I was once again going to suggest Fellowship of the Ring, where you like knock over a rock, but instead of just falling down a well and making a bunch of noise, it just causes a mini avalanche down the side of the mountain.
Full of a took.
Oh my god.
Gretel is a fool of a took.
These jokes are so swoosh over my head, it's not even funny.
With okay, thank you, Janera.
You're welcome.
Hey, somebody sees something.
Um, with all of the ruckus that Graddock makes, you hear several padding feet, like a lot of feet, kind of run away, kind of off down the side of the mountain.
It's a pack of protoceratops, guys.
Literally.
Wait, I can talk to those.
Then go do it.
So, like, is it just a pack that they've run away because of the noise we've made, and that's what Zavarin saw, or is there something else that they're running away from?
All I saw was shadows.
Okay. So it could have just been the pack of protoceratops.
Could.
Yeah.
But if you didn't perceive anything else, then I don't know what to go off of.
Then it was probably just a pack of protoceratops.
How long were they resting before that happened?
Like, what do you mean? I would assume everyone was like had been asleep for like maybe an hour, or well, it's
Okay.
about an hour into your watch. They're not necessarily asleep.
Okay.
I'm going back to sleep. Thank you very much. Gretel's feeling very humiliated. Very
Poor
much
guy.
like the player. Very much like the player who's playing him. Gretel feels very humiliated and is just going to go to sleep. And you know, like when you're a kid and you're so upset that the only thing that will make it better is taking a nap.
It's like,
That's how
Gretel,
Gretel
I need
feels
a
right
nap.
now.
That's just life continuous.
Face plants in his bedroll.
Yeah, basically, yeah. 2 natural ones in a row.
You gotta stop
After
using the digital
rolling
dice, man.
3 natural ones last session.
Go
What
grab
the
a physical
hell?
D20 and start blowing on it.
Daryl's like, oh frick, I forgot to crank up Gretel's settings. It's been like months.
I didn't forget.
Well, thanks for that, I guess. I guess I'm gonna go back to sleep. Dagmar kind of gives Fred a look to see what he's doing. Nothing as usual. Sighs, goes back into her bedroll.
I wasn't suspicious.
What if they were attracted to Zvarin's lute playing?
A mating call.
I can command Protocer.
One
Lord.
suggestion before I
Like
pass
the-
out
the
is
pipe.
maybe to put the fire out so that it doesn't alert everybody that we're here.
Somebody else needs to stay awake with Zavarin then that can actually see in the dark, Fred.
I don't want to talk to Fred.
Too freaking bad. Good night.
Okay, so Dagmar, you're specifically asking Fred to help Svarin, right?
Telling Fred, yes.
Telling him you're commanding him, I
Yeah,
guess. Okay.
yeah. Yes.
I
All right.
I think
cast
the whistle would
command on
probably be
Fred.
more helpful, but
Okay, so Fred gives a kind of odd look at you when you tell him to do it. He looks a little bit like a deer caught in the headlights. But once you finally finish explaining to him that that he needs to help Svarin set up a watch, you can see kind of like the light go off behind his eyes, and he nods.
Okay.
Sus.
good boy, Fred.
You okay? Dagmar? Does everybody just go to sleep, or
Is the
Yeah.
fire out yet?
Yes.
I'll
Okay.
go back to sleep.
Fred then puts out the fire. He makes sure to spread around the poles with a shovel. Puts dirt on it, and makes sure that it's cool enough that you can actually place your hand into the fire pit and not burn yourself. Fire safety, everybody. Okay.
He's well trained.
There you go, Gunner.
And you all go to sleep.
Am I still up with Fred?
Yes,
Or-
you are.
Okay, cool. Mhm.
What is Fred doing?
He's just chilling. Leave him alone. You're asleep. You don't know. You don't know nothing. What? What do you mean?
What is happening?
Bad typing.
Hold
Yeah, I
on.
hear that too.
I mean, I can't just
Not good.
leave them.
What?
I
It's
can't
not
just
good.
leave them here to go. Do I just let him? I guess I'm gonna let him.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sit with Gail. I'm gonna go sit with Gail. That's what I'm gonna do.
What the hell is happening?
Okay. Good to know. I'll keep that in mind, DM. I'm making notes of this.
Remember, you could only
Now
witness
he's
this
taking
if
notes.
you had stayed awake, but not even stayed awake. You're all asleep now. We can't ruin the verisimilitude, or however that word is pronounced.
I'm not telling them yet, so they're gonna have to deal with it. They didn't want to wake up. They wanted to stay asleep.
Oh my gosh.
Most
Man.
certainly not telling Dagmar.
All right.
All right. I guess. Does the rest of the watch go smoothly?
Yes. So.
Does anything happen in that? There we go. Here, let's see what you. This is my typing music. All right, this is interesting. The plot thickens. Dagmar, is this hurting you as much as it's making me happy?
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out whether or not I kill you now or later.
You're fine. I will make one last gentle look around to see if I notice anything, and then I will go and I will wake up a theory.
All right, a theory. You wake up, or well, how do you wake up a theory?
Gently. Like shake on, like a little like tap on the shoulder kind of thing.
There you are, theory. You are gently shaken awake.
All right. What's up? Are they back? What's
Nope.
going on?
Nothing else happened. It's time for your watch.
Yeah, you see Fred in his bedroll, with Gale in her cage by his side.
Okay. So it's my watch now,
Yes.
Yep.
and everyone else is there.
Everyone's here.
All right.
Everybody else is still alive, right?
Everything's
Yeah.
everything's fine. Nothing
Okay.
happened.
All right. Have a nice sleep. I'll take over. And then
All
I climb a tree overlooking the camp.
We're above the tree. Well, okay, depending on where you put the
Oh,
camp,
we're
you're
above the
technically
tree
still
line.
above the tree
Okay.
line, okay? So if you want, you
We
can walk
are the
down like 100
trees.
feet and go get on top of a tree.
No. There's no trees. Are there rocks, like
No,
big
there's just
boulders I can
bushes.
climb
There's
up?
just bushes.
Okay.
I mean, there's a couple boulders around, I'm sure.
Well, I just find a good location to set up and watch.
Okay. Okay,
Roll perception.
yeah, go ahead, perception if you're gonna watch. If you just want to sleep, then go ahead, sleep.
Oh, I'm watching. Sort of.
11 perception.
Not very closely.
Where would the party be without Genera?
Right?
Dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Oh, it's a nice starry night. And okay, so I start walking around quietly in the direction of where I think I heard some gravel falling, just to go check it out.
If you'd like, you can either roll like survival, to find tracks, or nature to try to identify plants or animals, or arcana to identify monsters.
I will roll nature.
Okay.
Not my strength. I'm just kind of quietly walking around in the direction that I thought I might have heard something, just to make sure everything's okay.
Oh my god, we've
I
lost
know.
her.
I don't know if it was, just an animal running over on the rocks or what, but I'm just being cautious. And I don't really see anything.
Yeah. Okay, so basically the night passes fairly uneventfully for you, Ethery. Your watch ends. You can pass the baton. The next
Okay,
person
so
up is...
Genera?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Genera's next.
So I go back to camp and I gently wake up Genera. Genera, it's your watch.
Okay.
I-
Did you see anything? Anything happen?
Nope. I thought I heard some rocks falling and I checked it out and didn't see anything. Probably just a squirrel.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then I crawl in my bedroll.
I know, since all of you are like archaeologists, so I'm hoping that I'm replicating the experience of camping out in the wilderness overnight as best as I can.
People take watches?
that doesn't happen.
Well,
That's
I mean,
nice.
like, I don't know if you've ever actually been outside, like in a national park by yourself in the dark, with no flashlight. Not necessarily because you're lost. You just don't have the flashlight on. But that's kind of what my imagination is going to right now. Okay, Kinera, what do you do?
I'm gonna kind of wander over to where I can get a good view of the valley below, and also
So that you
keep
can
an eye on,
perceive.
so I can perceive things. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Are you gonna look north or look south?
Watch perceive.
I'm Oh, good question.
Her perceive is all powerful. It covers all directions.
Okay, golly, she's
So much perceive.
I mean, I don't have a magic thing that gives me multiple eyes on the back of my head.
Not
Maybe
yet,
you
anyway.
should.
Get
good. Come on.
That's why I offered you those
Don't
artifacts.
make me murder you, because I will.
Do you even artifact? Come on.
Oh my god.
Let's see. I guess I will look in the direction that we came from just to make sure that nobody's followed us, that any of the creatures that we may have potentially pissed off are not coming to murder us in our sleep.
Murder us? No way.
Okay, murder you specifically.
There you go. Much better.
Well, I guess I don't perceive much, so.
Oh my god.
You don't actually see much. It's just kind of a dark valley. However, you do see a few faint lights off in the distance. So you see more brighter lights over here. Maybe a few lights here. They make that smaller. So just like a light there. And you also notice very dim lights on the other side of the lake. But otherwise it looks quiet. Let's see. Did you... Oh, in Genera, you rolled a 10 on perception.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Everybody rolled basically the same perception this night. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
If you not perceive,
You're sleeping.
that's what I screamed in my sleep. It's part of my nightmares.
Sassy,
how
even
I can't-
unconscious.
How I can't perceive things. It just haunts me in my dreams.
Okay. So Genera, basically your watch is uneventful. If you'd like, you can go ahead and pass the baton to Gradoll.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and wake Graddle up. Hey, Graddle. Graddle. Graddle.
Yeah, I'm awake. Can you hear me?
Right.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now. Just making sure you're alive. You weren't answering me.
Oh, no, I was answering just quietly because, camp in the middle of nowhere, possible animals and baddies out there. So yes, I'm awake.
Okay.
Turns into a murder mystery on what happened to Gretel.
That was so fucking wholesome.
Wait, I'm up. Get some sleep.
All right. Not much happened, so should be okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
All right, I'll pick a very, very nice spot to. I'll pick a very nice spot to observe as much as possible, and just take a good look around.
All right, you roll whatever it is that you're gonna do.
Oh God, help me if I get 3 natural ones in a row.
It's the nat one.
Oh my god!
That's better.
Woo!
Still, it means I rolled a natural 8, but still, 14's not bad. And if I'm actively searching, I can always guide myself too. If it's cool with the DM.
Yes, it's up to you. Yeah, if since your watch, right, this is fairly conscious, very deliberate. There's
All
a
of 1 point, so 15.
Type, type, type to type to type, 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 type to type.
Just sort of sitting here talking to myself, and this is my favorite part of the day. Early morning hours. If we were home, I'd have some coffee right now. Birds are just waking up and singing their songs. Some animals grazing out in the fields.
That's like severe Bob Ross energy right now.
All right.
And I see a happy little bush over there, and there's some friendly little trees.
Happy little clouds are coming out.
Everyone needs a friend.
Okay. Basically, your watch goes without eventful. Okay, Grad Doll. I think everybody at this point basically is kind of naturally coming to consciousness. They're waking up with the natural sunlight hitting them. The sky is brightening. And did you eat all of your egg? Yeah, I'm pretty sure with the 2 eggs, even if they're large eggs, between the 7 of you, because I assume you gave some also to Fred and.
No, we didn't.
No, yes, we did. Yes, we did.
If they did,
Even if
Yeah.
Ward
I gave my
said no, I
portion.
would have done it. Now, PM,
Yes.
only because I've been inspired to do so. Since I'm sitting out there and admiring all this natural beauty, we wouldn't happen to have any painting materials on us, would we?
That's up to you. If you want to carry a painting
No.
supplies or artisan, I believe what is it? Artisan toolkit. I'm trying to see if
I
there's
don't
a
have that.
painting.
I have an herbalism kit.
I mean, if you want to paint with your herbs, I'm pretty sure they're kind of expensive now.
No, I'll give it up.
Your
I was hoping for an early morning Bob Ross moment.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna
they'd
say.
wake up to a Bob Ross painting.
There are painter supplies that are 10 gold pieces, and they weigh 5 pounds.
Like,
I'm
I
good
am
without
skip
it.
introducing
Here for you.
encumbrance.
I'm good without it. I couldn't
You
resist
can-
an opportunity for a joke.
Grab some charcoal from the fire.
Oh shit.
That'll work.
I'm good.
Could be a petroglyph.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
So you now have a whole new day. So
And we survived that last trial
Mhm.
of
You now
sleeping.
have to make it down the mountain. So once again, I want you to build your hand of how you're going to approach today's challenge. I've already rolled for the challenge. I already know what it is. So you just have to kind of roll your. Each one of you gets to roll just one of your skills. And you can also ask and Fred to roll to aid you as well.
Okay, let's have Whistle roll perception so it's not in any of our hands. Because let's be real, we all are bad at that.
I'm actually very good at perception when I'm not rolling like crap.
I mean, usually you are, but today we're gonna let Whistle do it. What do you guys want to roll for?
Down the mountain. I'm gonna do athletics. Oh my god!
So Dagmar trips and tumbles down the mountain like a cartoon character.
That's my best skill! What the fuck?
Can I roll for performance to play traveling music for everyone again?
Oh, useful.
What do you want me to do? Everything else is bad rolls.
Rolls natural 1 on on performance.
Probably, but it's a +6, so it would be okay at least. How about then survival?
Can I go again?
Okay. So you only get one roll, but if everybody wants to, you can also double up on a skill.
Okay.
Oh, we're all doubling up on skills, or just
No.
Dagmar?
Like Dagmar
because-
gets one roll, that's it. Dagmar's done. But if you're like, but we really need athletics, Generic can roll athletics. Aetheric can roll athletics as well.
Oh, okay. So, what are we rolling for?
No, I'm best at insight and perception, so I don't know if the DM would permit insight.
Yeah, no, you can do
To
it. I mean,
figure
like, yeah, go ahead. Insight's fine. I don't know
Figure
how
out what
useful
the-
it'll be.
Well, you just to figure out if I can figure out, I don't know, the intentions of the animal behavior I see around me, or that'd be more animal handling, really.
Then do animal handling in case we run into any dinosaurs. Count as animals, right?
Well, for that, I just assume do a survival check, which I'm okay at. I'm not as good at I'm best at insight and perception. But what the heck? I'll do survival. Would I be able to guide myself on this, or is this
Yeah, sure,
something
you can
because
guide
of
yourself,
the
that's
challenge
fine.
of the day? Okay. Oh, 16.
16.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a nature check.
Nice. And I'm gonna do acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Okay. Then I'm gonna throw.
Ooh.
Damn.
Did anyone do perception? Yeah, we're gonna have Whistle do perception.
Whistle already did
Yeah,
perception.
he's-
Whistle got a
Okay,
21.
Whistle. Okay, we're gonna see everything. Is Fred also rolling?
It's up to you. What would you like Fred to do?
Fred has to play his part like everybody else. Can Fred roll for history?
Let's see. Huh.
What is history? Fred says.
What else do we need? Because I still have my roll.
Okay, what? I thought I had Fred's character sheet. I guess I don't have it. I only have Gale the Chicken. Why do I have just Gale the Chicken but not Fred?
Okay, well, then
That
guess
rings
what?
a bell
Gale
from
is
last
rolling.
session.
Gale is gonna roll then for history.
Well, I'll take Gale's stats. Gale's ready to go. Well, I could just edit some things. Okay.
Did anyone throw
Oh
animal
wait, no, I think
handling
I
yet?
did. That's weird. Okay, yeah, Gale for some reason is ready already. Here we go. History. A 9.
Great. Not gonna help us at all. What do you guys need me to roll for?
Well, we got survival, nature, athletics, and acrobatics, and perception.
You wanna do athletics?
I can do it if you think it's gonna help you, because you didn't. So I guess I'll be the saving on athletics then. Okay, thank God. Dirty 20.
What the frick?
You know, it sat on the 2 for like a half of a second and I got really nervous.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna jump off the mountain now.
Apparently you are, because your athletics aren't taking you far.
Okay. All right. So coming up the mountain, you tried to take the same path you took going down, which was along the stream. You followed the stream up the side of the mountain because you know it eventually lead you toward the top. However, right, the very top of the mountain, you no longer have the stream to help you, right? Because the top of the mountain is going to be dry. You don't have a river or stream on top. And so crossing over the top of it and coming down to find the other stream on the other side to help you guide you down, you have now kind of lost your way. You're not sure which way you took. Whatever paths or tracks that you laid the first time you came around, they're gone. Or well, at least any obvious tracks are gone. But otherwise, you're basically lost. You're not sure how to find the other stream to get you down to the other side of the mountain. That's a challenge. Your challenge is a path today. How to find a path. Added with the previous challenge from the day before, you don't have food. Okay, so what do you do?
Well, I rolled pretty good on nature, so I guess I will use that to look for food.
Okay. Janera, please define food for me.
Um, anything that's edible. So
that doesn't poison us.
So any type of wild vegetables, edible mushrooms that are not going to kill us or send us into fucking psychological
Wait,
psychedelic.
hold on. Not speaking for the whole party.
Okay, well then you go eat whatever mushrooms you
No,
find
I'm just
and
saying the
tell us how that
psychedelic
goes.
ones might help us later.
And so like wild carrots, any type of herbs, game tracks for potential game that we can hunt.
Okay. So I'll give you some options in Genera.
Okay.
I'm trying to think also. If I'm actually taking experience from, if I'm actually drawing on my own personal experience of Mount San Gorgonia, I'm going to add this one.
Okay.
What else? What else? What else? All right. So Genera's looking for food. What about the rest of you? What are you doing?
I think I want to go with Janera and help with getting food because I don't think acrobatics is going to help find the stream, but it might help catch a rabbit or a squirrel or something if she sees a nest
Ooh, I
or a
like that.
burrow.
I like that. Okay.
And we should always go in pairs, never leave someone.
Never split the whole
Wander.
party.
And I'll stick with Whistle. It'll be our yay Goblin team, and we'll go try to locate the stream and find the path.
Okay.
I'll stick with Dagmar because let's be real, she's gonna mess something up. I dare you. Try and jump off a rock right now and see what he does to you. I dare you.
Oh my god. God damn it. Only for this day. My flex is not at full flex potential today.
I'm just gonna wink, click my teeth, and pull some finger guns on her.
And then we follow that up by I take out my Garmin, my Trimble, all of my devices, and I locate the river and the exact the transect that we need to follow back to Oak Ridge.
You download the National Wetland Survey map.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
shows.
Yeah, there's a clearing where I was able to get that downloaded. I got the right map and everything, got it
USGS.
calibrated. So yeah.
Dagmar, I think he's gonna have you make just a couple rolls for that.
Okay. So, Dagmar, you have athletics. What exactly are you doing with your athletics?
Oh no.
Clearly falling, and I'll do whatever she fails to do.
I mean, there's not really much I can do with that 7.
No,
so.
I want you to describe to me how you try to use your athletics.
Oh god. Shit. I guess I try to like stand up on things that are tall, like tall boulders, deadfall. I try to climb trees before realizing that a half orc is not the best one to do that. And I'm just climbing on top of stuff trying to get a better view of the area.
Okay. No, climbing is a very good example of using athletics. While trying to scramble to the top of a boulder, you lose your grip and you fall. You don't fall that far, but it does hurt. Please roll a d4.
And-
You're going to take damage, a d4 worth of damage.
Hold
Would you
on.
like me to roll, or will you roll?
Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
Yep. Friendship.
Can I use my athletics to reach out and grab her?
Okay, so you're going to use that to stop her? Okay, all right. No,
Yep.
that's
I
fine.
feel like the dumb siblings.
This is how we're gonna do this. Let me know if I need to make a strength check.
No, that's athletics. Athletics is a strength check, or is it kind of like a strength check?
Oh my god.
Whatever you allow.
So, so I'll let you describe it. Dagmar is trying to climb on top of a boulder. She loses her grip and slips off the boulder and begins to plummet toward the ground. Varn, you are underneath her, and you choose to catch her. You will succeed in catching her. So I want you both to describe what happens.
All right, so I got this. So Dagmar falls, like slips, like almost that audible claw marks off the side of the rock. And I am going. How big is this rock, Dagmar, that you decided to foolishly try to traverse?
It's a really, really big one. It's like taller than me even. I had to crawl.
All right,
Parkour
then
up that thing.
I'm gonna do some wicked, sick, nasty, awesome sauce. Run up the side of it.
Oh my god.
Like
Like
grab like grab the falling Dagmar, swing her onto like around my shoulder onto my back, and then just like superhero land on the ground.
Wow.
Just like full on power move.
Whoa, dude.
Okay, you successfully catch Dagmar. However,
But-
these are not OSHA recommended methods of
Oh,
lifting
no.
heavy objects.
Stop
You
it.
do strain
That's
your
fine.
lower back and your knees pop ever so slightly, but you completely break or fall.
So I look awesome, but it hurt. At what cost?
Taking
Dude,
note
That'll
I
be a
think
knee
you completed your
replacement.
Haswalker.
for chronic back pain later.
Ah,
Oh
yes,
my
yes.
God.
Next year in the session, roll D4 for damage.
Oh my god. This stream has been brought to you by OSHA. I can't even tell you what it stands for because I
OSHA?
reset all of that crap.
You don't know what OSHA stands for?
My 40-hour training course didn't tell me that.
You just did the entire Occupational Safety and Health Administration
is.
training, and you don't know what it stands for? You're an
That was in
embarrassment.
like chapter 1 of 40. I'm done.
Okay. People on the stream listening, do not be impressed by him reciting the acronym. I'm sure that he was stalling in order to look it up on the internet real quick. So there.
It was not.
Facts.
I have to do OSHA training. I have to do OSHA training for my job. Thank you.
Oh my
I
god.
assume the OSHA training at my job.
God, we need a character named OSHA in this stream session. Just an
Get it.
annoying prick that shows up every so often.
Like a wisp that just comes out of nowhere and says that's not certified.
That wasn't very safe. You should have been wearing a hard hat.
A fairy just comes out of nowhere, flies in, just slaps you in the back of the head.
This is why safety review is so important before you start.
Oh, I love it.
Watch out for falling objects.
It's
All right then,
that's like
so
one
let's see.
intonation away from being like an AI turned evil voice.
Okay, so the only person who hasn't done anything is Fred. You said you wanted Fred to use history.
No
What did you want Fred to use
shit.
history for?
Fred is, correct me if I'm wrong, from the area.
All from
Yes.
the area.
Yes, so Fred may know, like maybe he remembers a map of the area, or he knows something about the area that might help us. Or would that not be a history?
We've been hoping that Fred would know something about the area for
Just
like
Maybe
2 years now.
Maybe. I mean, he rolled a 9, so he's gonna know nothing. He's probably gonna tell us to go back the way we just came.
Wait, so you want just more history about the area, right?
I mean, he's not going to help, so sure.
So he probably continues a little bit about that story of a party trying to cross the mountain in the early winter season, getting caught in the snows, that had to resort to cannibalism. He
Right,
continues
yes.
on and then continues on and like points out at points, like different peaks along the mountain, discussing how that they are still trying to find the exact location of the campsites, and they are resorting to. And they're trying to use a mix of folklore, written records, and related artifacts to try to pinpoint down a probable location. That's about it.
I'm gonna put my index finger and my thumb on the bridge of my nose and just be like, "Thank you, Fred."
Okay, so while all of this is happening, Etheria and I are gonna go hunt some rabbits, okay?
Pop.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, so Janera, Etheria, you are successful in carrying whatever small game that you'd like. If you want in your heads, you can play that scene in Oregon Trail where you're like that one hunter trying to shoot the rabbits, like darting in and off the screen.
Oh, God. As long as we don't die from dysentery.
No promises.
Right.
Very likely.
Or snake bite.
How do
Okay.
you
Yeah,
cross this
okay.
river?
All right. So I mean, like,
Janera?
go ahead and describe. Like, what exactly do you bring to the group?
So,
With Etherea's help, we've caught some rabbits
Ponies,
and
taters.
yeah. And collected some pine cones and sage and some daisies. Because we know that Gradal needs his daily fiber from flowers.
I normally say I heard that, but I'm off looking for the trail with Whistle. So along those lines, DM, how would you like me to? Would you like me to describe how I'm looking for the trail with Whistle?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So I'm basically using my survival check to look for any signs of water or moisture, and any way that the stream could be disturbing the ground surface or altering the ground surface, and I'm asking Whistle to look for the sounds of the burbling stream too.
Very good.
I have things.
Another safety point when camping. Remember to pitch your tent. Do not pitch your tent in low spots. Be careful about putting it in a sandy, kind of smooth, sandy places. It's comfortable, but you have to be careful to identify that they are actually remnants of water flows, just in case it rains. You do not want to be flooded out on your tent.
I have seen that happen in real life to
Yeah.
other people. These
Yeah,
are wise
oh.
words.
Yeah, we could talk about geomorphology of stream and riverbeds and predictive models for archaeology based on geomorphology for ages.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, but we shan't.
Well, we can do that next session,
Good
okay?
stuff, though.
Okay, if Sarah wants us to do a digging for Goblin Town, we can do that, okay? All right. So, at the beginning of this, you seem to have perhaps didn't have the best confidence in your abilities, but it turns out you were actually quite successful. Janera and Asiri were able to find food. And Gradal were able to find the stream. They find the trail back. Varin helped save Dagmar from hurting herself. And you're able to actually go down the mountain Fairly jauntily, successfully, without much incident. And so you continue down, following the stream. Okay. And toward the end of the day, this is the third day, you actually can hear, you can actually hear some of the sounds of a camp off in the distance. You hear the clanking of shovels, the creaking of wheels, and you hear a little bit of Goblin. And
Oh Lord, have we found Hair Dr. Pickle again?
yes, you have. I'm trying to look for something, but I can't quite seem to find it. Da, 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 da. Well, it's fine. I can do it later. Is it dang it! I wanted to do the song again. I can't remember the song. I can't remember the lyrics of the song. But you hear the Goblin, the shovel hob song again, echoing off.
Oh
the distance.
gosh.
They're like they're Snow
That's
White
written
and the
in
Seven
comments.
Dwarves song.
Yeah.
Singing
Oh no!
while they work.
No, I was thinking of the plants and seeds. Is it Neanderthals?
Oh my god.
I can't
We
remember.
do dig dinosaurs.
Yeah.
We do dig dinosaurs.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you come on the camp again. Let's pull. Actually, we'll pull. I'll pull up his pictures and stuff. I'll put pictures of the shovel hobs up on the screen now. Okay. So you come upon them again. What do you do?
I'd like to look around and see if I can find Professor Zixwinjin Kabab. Kaba.
I have so much respect for you that you try that every time.
And fail miserably every single time.
But you still try.
Now, as a prerequisite, I would say that should he make an appearance, I would love to see Daryl in his pith helmet and his monocle on the stream.
Just gotta
I'll
put
do
that
that
feather on the top.
We'll do that later. So I'll do a perception check, see if I can find him. What the hell, man?
Oh
I
my
have a
god.
+6 in perception, and I've been rolling like shit. What the actual
Oh no.
3 sessions now?
I'm gonna say, except Daryl didn't play with us, so but this is probably payback for Skeleton Key.
How is it payback? I was only able to successfully kill one of you.
But we're traumatized for life.
Oh, good night, buddy. Sorry, I gotta say good night to my little one. Hold on.
Good night.
They can't see you. You like Daryl pictures of goblins today? Well, this is Professor, and those two are diggers.
Those are just sort of generic. I'm just putting it up because those are the drawings
You
that
like
I
cool with
have,
the
and
eye
those are
patch?
generic diggers.
Super cool. All right, sleep tight, my love.
Awesome content inbound.
Okay. So. I mean, Gradal. No, I'll shoot him a message.
Is this your first time at an archaeology site, Zavarn?
Potentially.
Oh wait, wait a minute, I think I have the actual excavation. Oh, I forgot to say I got the dig site. Yeah, we need to
You've
do the
got
dig
so
site.
many pictures of this area and everybody in it.
I don't see the professor around. Does anybody else see him?
I will. Let me see if my perception's better.
Should we ask somebody?
Okay. So, you come upon the dig site. I'm trying to think. Let me see. It took you 3 days to get to the mesa. It took you 3 days to get back. You spent at least a day running around on the mesa, so it's been a week. So I've actually never been on an archaeological dig, so I'm just kind of trying to imagine how much digging could you have done in a week? 2
There's
centimeters?
so many factors in that question right there.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah, how many-
disturbing number of
Disturbing
yeses,
number.
maybes.
Yeah.
What methods are being used? Is it open area excavation? How many
centimeters
rocks
are you
are there?
taking it down by?
How
Yeah.
far? Are you taking
Yeah.
it all the way down until sea horizon in sterile soil, or are you just getting down to the bottom of the paleosols? It's a big question.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? Oh my goodness. I just think it's gonna be funny. Spoilers. I do have some archaeologists, like literal archaeologist characters already planned and ready in this game.
Wait, what? Didn't we already know that?
Yes. Now, the one thing they hadn't actually mentioned is they're dwarves, meaning that they're
Oh
older
my.
and they can live for
Oh.
100, 200, 300 years.
Wait, whoa,
Oh my.
Meaning that they could actually
wait.
dig till there's actually culturally sterile soil. So they're gonna have they're gonna have dig pits that are going to be going down 20, 30
They're gonna have
meters.
tunnels.
Now that Michael said that, they actually have the
They're gonna
lifespan
have
to do that.
tunnels. They're gonna have tunnels.
Oh my god.
That's actually glorious. I love that so much.
But not
That's
at this site, right?
No, we
That's
have
some-
goblins here.
No.
That's
Yeah.
some glorious lore you got there, sir.
That's amazing.
It's just like they just have like an entire underground network of tunnels at this point.
Okay. So on this map, was their map that shows their dig site, and if you remember, all the X's were where they did test dig tests, shovel tests. So over the course of the week, they have tested several new places for to see if they can find other artifacts. For the most part, they seem to have zeroed in on that northwestern corner. You actually saw a bit of that the last time you were here, and you notice that they are now kind of exploring and investigating that with more interest, more effort. And you can tell that it looks like a complex of, well, maybe not complex, but it is some sort of building. There is some sort of structure underneath the hill.
I wonder what sampling strategies they're using. Is it simply random, or are they doing judgmental?
We did random, remember? That was the whole point of
That's right.
the little cart and their pendulum.
Oh, that's right.
They're
That's
double
right.
blind.
One
freaking-
intuition
Double
science.
blind
That's
science,
right. I remember now.
Okay. Okay, so what do you guys do? You see the site. They're kind of, well, it's toward the end of the day, so they're beginning to clean up and pack up and put stuff away. What do you do?
Do we find the doctor?
Is Fred there? Does he recognize anybody?
Damn it.
Hmm.
Are you
We've
doing an
established
intimidation
at this
check for no
point that
particular
Fred
reason,
knows
Dagmar?
nothing.
Yeah, it was for no particular reason.
Are you actually intimidating, or
I was just trying to make sure I still
Now
had
with
it.
that roll,
Can I do an insight check on Fred, see if he appears to be happy to be back or concerned that he doesn't see the professor around anywhere?
I know where he's at. He's up on the hill.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll still do an insight check on Fred. Up on the hill in the northwest corner or up on the hill where the temple is?
DM.
yes? Oh, wait. So yes, when you begin to point out where the professor is, Huh. Okay, so the
I'm going to walk up to Fred and basically say, how you doing, Fred? Copper for your thoughts.
let's see. I'm trying to. I can't remember how to do the little pointy thingy.
Oh, like to send out that circle
Yeah.
general area? Just
Mhm.
hold. Yeah, you just hold down.
click
Okay.
click and hold.
Yeah. So Genera points out that there we go. The professor's up here, supervising the dig. Again, please think of that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark with Indiana Jones, you know, and them digging, and the goblins are singing their song. Yeah. All right. Fred. When you ask him, Gradal, Fred just kind of shrugs his shoulders and is like, I had a little more PTO than a week, but I guess, no, that's fine.
I just can't get over that Fred has PTO.
You guys keep thinking the professor is a villain. Dang it, you know, he gives his workers PTO, okay?
He's a better CRM firm.
Well, I mean, like, he's a shovel bum, and then, God, I'm an archaeologist for my company for the agency that I work at, and I'm still in probation, so I can't use my PTO yet. Frickin' shovel bums.
Fred has been working for the professor for longer than 6 months, okay, it's fine.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, Fred looks at you and it's like, okay, are we going in or not?
Going in?
Well, we're standing on the edge of the camp. You guys haven't actually walked into the camp, have you?
Oh, well, yeah. Let's head into the camp.
You just stood there for like 30 minutes just staring at them.
No, we were just
Well, I mean,
we were overlooking the camp, assessing their current
Yeah.
sampling strategies and the progress of the excavation, and trying to
And-
locate the professor.
and he's home now. We're not together anymore. We have dropped him off. He can go and do his thing now. Goodbye.
Okay.
I'd love for Fred to join us in the future.
At least Gail.
I mean, wherever Gail goes, Fred's gonna come. So
I think that we should keep bringing Fred with us. I think it would be a fun activity.
We
the
haven't even
group.
decided yet if we want to keep bringing you with us.
I
Fred
want to
needs
keep
go
bringing
where
Fred.
Fred needs to go where he wants to go, and this might be, frankly, I know we talked about Helgina. What's her name? Stonebutt or whatever it is. But
Helga Tush. Helga Tush.
That's it. Thank you. So,
Close, but Different.
God.
So I was thinking that maybe this might be a nice place for Whistle to earn some employment as well, if and only if she's interested.
Are you offering her? Are you telling her that right now, or are you just kind of thinking that, like whispering it?
Well, I was thinking, we're bringing the professor some pretty valuable information about the culture that he's excavating, and also letting him know about possible cursed artifacts that may affect his dig or dig funding in the future. I think he'd be grateful enough to offer employment to somebody, especially if they just found a brand new temple. They're going to need more people to excavate it.
Hmm.
Good firms are always on the search for new field techs.
That's true. I'm just interested in the fact that you're actually going to tell the professor where all that stuff is.
Yeah.
No, we're
I
not going to
didn't
tell
think we
him.
were
I
gonna.
didn't say any of that. I said that we can offer him some information about the culture that he's digging and the fact that the artifacts are cursed. We don't need to tell him where anything is.
Are you going to actually publish the paper for him to look at?
No, but
We'll make him sign a non-disclosure agreement first.
I
Well,
don't trust the guy.
all I'm saying is that modern archaeological application also takes ethnographic interviews and first-person oral histories into account.
And if you cannot identify descendant cultures?
Well, weren't we able? This is the Mike asking us a DM question. Weren't we able to, based on our investigation, past culture that engaged in cannibalism and worship of an ancient old one?
And as far as you know, that culture doesn't exist anymore.
No, but that's the. I'm unsure as what you're getting at, Daryl.
Oh, well, okay, so this is a little bit more serious than I was saying. It's like, okay, so, right, if you do an ethnographic survey to basically get permission, right, you have to identify descendant cultures. But
Yes.
in this
Yes,
case, there
I'm
are
not
no
talking.
descendant
In this case,
cultures
it's
that you
not
know of.
descendant cultures. No, but we're talking also about other firsthand accounts too. I mean, let's be honest. Which of us has never put personal communication in a paper or report before?
No, I don't write reports. Sorry, I'm not the
I'm
archaeologist here.
talking to my fellow archaeologist adventurers.
Well, it's common.
It's common.
Yeah.
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 But my thing here is that, like, I don't exactly view the operations of what's going on here as CRM per se, because I still view this as kind of loosely like a looting operation. I know that he's coming from a university, but we don't know too much about him, and I don't know whether or not he has permits or anything like that, or is in negotiation with anyone.
I
for this
understand.
site.
I understand that. This is D&D. If we haven't
just
quite
saying-
made that clear, this is D&D. This is the fake archaeological dig.
I'm just saying, I feel like she'd have better like opportunities for employment with Helgarina Rock Bottom than here.
It also depends on what she's comfortable with.
Whistle, what do you want?
I'd hate to. Let me put it this way: I'd hate to bring her all the way down to Clarg, only to find that, like many shippo offices, positions are few and far between,
That's true.
and the only thing that she can offer her is an unpaid internship.
That's very true.
Well, and she has a criminal background, right? So she won't pass the background checks.
I'm gonna reiterate what Mike just said like 35 seconds ago, that this is D&D.
Yeah,
We're educating people, though. Come on. We're trying to educate here.
no, we're not. We're trying to have fun.
Yeah.
We're trying to have fun. But let's
Oh,
also be honest. We're such nerds. We're such archaeology nerds that this is fun for us.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah.
This isn't fun
Yeah.
for anybody watching, but it's fun for us.
No,
Screw you all.
No.
We do it for us.
oh, it's
I
okay.
hope
The,
that
the,
they're watching
the
us
2 or 3
because they
people who
think
are
it's
with us
fun.
right now will bear with us, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
So what's the verdict, folks? Are we going to let's decide ahead of time what information we're sharing with the professor and what we're not. Although let's be honest, Fred's probably just going to tell him everything.
That's true.
Fred's coming with us, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You do realize that there's this little thing called free will.
No, not with Fred.
He just mentioned PTO. He might not want to use any more of his.
I will talk to Fred.
Go
and ask
for it.
him if
By
he wants to
all
come with
means,
us or
go
not.
for it, Zvarn.
While you do that, we'll discuss whether or not we want you to hang around. Although you did save me, thanks for that.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Oh my god. So, do we want to go up where the professor's at and talk to him? And I mean, like, at the very least, let him know that we're here, that we're gonna camp out with the rest of the crew, and then maybe discuss things with them in the morning. I don't know.
Right around what time is it right now? Is it getting towards dusk?
It is dusk.
It is
It's the
dusk.
end of the day.
Yeah. We better wrap this up and get ready to spend the night.
If they'll let us.
Along those lines, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. Please, somebody let him know that all that metal shit is cursed. That he, at the very least, knows that it's something that could endanger his operation or his funding.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to hit the bathroom and I'll be right back.
So, on that note, I guess let's go see the professor.
All right then.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of walk through camp. The goblins like look up in surprise. Some of them are cooking and relaxing at the end of the day. The smells of oatmeal and sardines waft through the air, and you kind of answer the rumble in your tummies. Fred, you can see Fred actually looks, visibly happy to be back. He's waving. And the shovel hobs are waving back and they're happy to see him. There's shouts of when Fred is going to submit his report. That they were hoping to. They're very interested in reading his findings, going over any data.
I'd pay to fucking read that thing.
There are some goblins that that are very, happy and enthusiastic to do any goblin intuition science on any artifacts that he's brought to GIS. Right, they're ready to smell and lick and touch anything he's brought to them.
Wait, Fred, do you have artifacts with you?
Are
I
you
thought
gonna
we
ask
told you
him?
to put those back.
Yeah, we told you to put them back.
And like he shakes his head, like, no. Remember, you told me not to pick up arrowheads, so I did not pick up any arrowheads.
What else did you pick up?
Nothing.
Fred.
Nothing.
Fred.
You just
Why are
see
you
Can I
looking
roll
at
insight?
me? Dagmar's
pick
the
him up
one
by the
that took the
ankles
sword.
and like
Can I
shake him
roll-
out over.
Can I roll an
Upside down.
insight on him?
Yes, you may roll insight. He does point at Dagmar and the sword,
Don't
and all
do
of the
that.
goblins like look at the sword that's on Dagmar's back.
It's not like on my back. It's hidden.
It's a giant sword. It's a great sword. How are you supposed to hide it? You have like a big bump on your back.
Yeah, where are you hiding that greatsword?
I guess it's not gonna be hidden. Okay, in that case, if he's gonna do that, I'm going to threaten him with my look from where I'm standing then to make sure he doesn't continue talking about that.
Okay. Oh, wait. So wait. What did you? You're intimidating him to do what?
To basically shut him up so that he doesn't continue and he lowers his hand.
Okay.
I walk back into the game and Dagmar is intimidating someone. Why am I not surprised?
Okay. So Fred quickly looks down at his feet. His hands drop and he looks down at his feet real quick.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
Okay. But Dagmar, you do feel all the eyes of the camp on you. Some of the goblins are literally licking their lips, waiting to do some GIS on that sword.
No. I'm gonna look around at everybody and be like, don't be getting any ideas about this. You leave me and the sword alone.
You hear shouts
Cough,
of
cough, cough, hypocrite, cough.
you hear shouts of survey maps and provenience and
Oh,
and context.
oh snap! The context. Think of the context.
You're all able to weave your way through the camp and eventually make your way up the hill. You remember this hill, and as you can see that that kind of the form of the stairs they haven't quite dug and revealed everything yet. It's only been a week, but you can tell that they have now found the contours and outline of a long set of stairs going up the hill, and then a platform at the top. And that they seem to have also found kind of stone columns, statues. You're not quite sure, and they line the top. And there do seem to be a lot of things that they've sort of dug. Like, you can see that there's things in the ground. They're still stuck in the ground. They are in C2. And you can see a lot of the goblins putting burlap sacks over things and like that to cover them over for the night. They're putting down their shovels and putting away their paperwork. And you find the professor at the very top. Looking down. Okay, let me see. The professor is actually right here. And he seems to be staring down at the ground.
Hmm.
Well, are we gonna go talk to him or what?
Lead the way.
Okay, Fred walks ahead of you and like goes, "Hello,
Howdy ho.
yeah, hello, Professor Zigzwibud Sirk Put Kajig Fed Kaba. I'm back." The professor looks up in surprise, looks over his shoulders, like, "Oh, Fred, you're back. Oh, it's good to see you. You have more PTO than just a week. You could have stayed out longer."
Yeah, how much PTO does this guy get? Also, can I put in my job application?
Maybe I should write a health benefits package for the shovel hobs.
Just in case anyone asks,
Includes dental.
Oh, wonderful.
Looks at the optometry and life insurance.
Magnificent.
Maybe a retirement package. Invest in an index or two.
401k.
Yeah.
Who would his beneficiary be if something happened to him?
Gail.
All right, well.
Without even like a blink. I
Okay.
have no hesitation at all in any way, shape, or form for my answer.
Well, if Fred dies, we now know Gail has a motive.
Nah.
Oh my god, Theory. Oh my god.
Well, that escalated quickly.
That chicken's looking more and more menacing by the minute.
Watching too many murder movies.
She was just like, I was hoping one of you morons would do it for me.
Okay. So. Okay. So Fred. The professor asks Fred what he saw. He goes into a little bit of conversation. It's like, Fred, like, what did you see? What happened? And Fred, explains everything. His But he starts all the way from the very, very beginning. He describes the climb up the mountain, the encounter with the tick monsters, the descent down the mountain, trying to sneak past the tick monsters over their Protoceratops kill, the chase of these mysterious people along the fields leading up to the mesa, about their dancing in front of the cave, the explorations of the cave. He mentions again that you took a sword off a body. The professor looks up at you with a very quizzical look. He talks about the dinosaur. Talks about the dinosaur. Let me see then. Okay. He talks about running off with Moo and the encounter with the mimic and watching Moo's crew fill their pockets with coins and run down, run outside, put all their things in their, pick up all their belongings and then just hustle down the mountain, down the side of the mesa, screaming all the way down. A lot of those screamings were from Ethel, not used to the kind of adventuring. And eventually, when he comes to the camp and you catching up to them at the camp, I guess that's when Dagmar stops him.
Yeah. Yeah, he
She
doesn't
knocks him upside the head.
Yeah, just like, now you're done.
When the professor's like, wow, Fred, that's very interesting. And he kind of rubs his chin for a moment. And he asks Fred again about the artifacts that he saw.
And I'll jump in here and say, well, the difficulty, we did find out some interesting information about the artifacts. Are you familiar with the strange metal that so many of the artifacts are made of?
Yes. What about the metal?
Well, apparently, the metal itself is specifically a conduit for cursed material. You may have noticed that some of your field technicians are experiencing bad dreams or other ill effects when sleeping next to where the artifacts are curated. So this is something that has a great deal of potential for disrupting your operation and or your funding for the operation as well. So my advice would be to leave any artifacts, document any artifacts of this metal that you find in situ, and then leave them in situ before proceeding.
That's good advice. Well, sorry, not good advice, but he's kind of like, interesting advice. I'll take it. And in fact, we'll use it right. Here's a good chance for us to use it right here. He actually points behind him, and if you look, if you look at the site here, that square, that rectangular part behind, that's actually a bit of a hole.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so there's actually a little bit of a kind of depression here, and you can see that they are actually digging. The platform
There's a tablet on top of that, right? Like a slab.
Not a... So...
Before.
This larger bit here seems to be some sort of platform. Like, this is the top of the platform. But at the top of the platform, there seems to be some sort of depression here in the middle. Okay. And so you can see from them that they're digging that they've kind of revealed the stones that kind of make up the platform. Right, so they just do that all the way up to the top. So you can see that they've kind of cleared a little bit of the grass, the dirt, the weeds that are up on top growing on top. And there's a bit of a depression in the middle here. When you look, there's just dirt in there, so you can't see the bottom. They haven't quite dug out the whole thing. They're still in the process, and you can see that there's something sticking out of the dirt. just a little teeny tiny bit that's sticking out of the dirt. It's kind of an odd, funny shape. But the shape looks very, very familiar. That shape is going to look something like this.
Here. Oh dear, I think I know what this is.
But it's just kind of like
Is that another?
The tendrils
Yeah. The
on
handle?
the container.
Yeah. Going through my notes. Yeah, that's not good.
And he says, it's fine, I'll follow your advice, we'll leave it in C2. And we're closing up for the night, and everybody's going to sleep down at the bottom of the hill. So we'll be safe for the moment, according to your advice.
That sounds good. One piece of advice that I would say is this looks like the top to a sacrificial chamber that we encountered. The top of which is weightless and magical, and will more or less instantly kill anyone who gets inside of it.
So don't open it.
He looks around at you, and he kind of he does that thing where he tucks his one hand underneath the armpit, kind of puts his fist up to his chin and kind of rubs it. It's like, huh. He points at each of you and counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's thinking wait a minute. You've increased in number since you were last here, but you said someone died, or how could you tell someone have died in this chamber?
I'd be happy to take this one unless anybody else wants to.
Ugh. Yeah, definitely go and tell him, Goblin to Goblin.
Sure.
It's not racist.
The inside is filled and caked with the residue of dried blood and mashed flesh, and yeah, it's basically roadkill in there.
So how do you know that the individual was not dead before they were placed in the container? It feels like you're confusing correlation with causation.
Damn.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
He's not wrong, but let's just say it's a chance that we wouldn't want to take based on our experiences.
We've seen things, man.
I would just say that this is the case based on our experiences that we've found. Should you decide to take a purely positivist approach, then that's entirely up to you.
Well, he kind of shrugs and is like, well, we'll think about it in the morning. It's fine. These things take time. I'm hungry. My tummy is yearning for a nice steaming hot bowl of oatmeal and sardines.
God dang it.
Actually, I would probably eat that as Zavaran.
Right.
And you see him sort of jauntily kind of meander down the hill, back down to the campsite.
I don't know what you guys are grossed out about. They're both healthy fats.
I'd rather eat dead tick monster meat.
I don't know, man. I don't like my oatmeal fishy.
Then you can make the joke, there's something fishy about this oatmeal.
Oh my god.
When you get down there, the goblins do not have only oatmeal and sardines. They also have conies and taters. Let me think.
We love a good tater.
They are, of course, making stone soup. Right. It's one of a goblin's favorite things to do. Stone soup.
Get those minerals somehow.
Oh my goodness. Oh please, please. I want everybody. Does everybody knows the story of stone soup, right? Hopefully.
Sure.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Okay.
I don't think
do
we
not. I do not. I absolutely do
No,
not. I'm
tell us
making
the
stuff up.
story.
Oh, okay. Okay, so so that's kind of a joke just for myself. Okay, I don't know the exact thing, but the stone soup is kind of like a fairy tale. Like folk tale. What it is like a beggar comes up to town, and no one wants to give him food, and then so he's like, "Fine, I'll do it myself," and then proceeds to make stone soup. So he has a pot, water, heats the water, and puts a stone into it. And begins to taste it. It's like, wow, what a delicious soup. But it could be better if it had such and such. And by doing so, he convinces the villagers to one by one add ingredients to the soup and finally give him the food that he would have wanted
No.
instead. But he had to do this kind of a roundabout way of tricking them. That's stone soup.
Huh. I feel like
So
I've heard that once before, but now I just want to try that at potlucks.
Such a
that's the joke that
classy
I'm doing, is that the
individual.
goblins are basically just throwing everything into the pot.
You'd get away with it.
Okay, so you see them throw. So some of them like throw in flowers or berries or dried mushrooms or funguses. Some of them just literally throw in gravel because they're not sure what to do, because then they mistake the meaning of the story.
As long as they're not turning cores and monos or pestles.
I've
Don't
got
worry
this
about it.
arrowhead that doesn't have any provenience, so maybe I could throw that in.
It adds
Artifact
flavor.
Lithic soup.
Yeah.
That's the winner right there.
Oh
That was the winning phrase.
Okay. All right. So, I want to ask you, what are you gonna do with Fred now? Are you gonna say like, Fred? Okay. Are you gonna make it clear that Fred, you're supposed to stay here, or what? Like, and how are you setting up your camp? Are you gonna camp inside with the shovel hobs? Are you gonna do outside? Like, what are you doing?
I think we should give Fred a choice.
Yeah.
Let him choose. If he wants to continue adventures with us or if he wants to resume shovel hobbing. And then I don't see why we can't just camp within the camp with everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah. This time. I mean, we've been outside roughing it for so long now, or inside that temple area roughing it, so
You were in there for a day.
roughing it the whole
It
time.
was still rough, man.
It was still roughing it.
Savard was in a box, so
He was literally sleeping in a fucking crate, so
I'm gonna do a picture of Fred right there.
get him off my screen.
hey, remember bringing Fred was your idea.
Oh no!
That's true.
That can't be right.
That's true.
You still have his teddy bear?
His
What happened to
owl
his
bear.
teddy- Yeah.
Oh shit, I do remember that.
Like a little kid that asks for a puppy but then doesn't take care of it.
I'm gonna look through my notes and figure out what happened to it. Oh shit, it doesn't go back far enough because I started on 17. Never mind.
Okay. So, Fred says that he thinks he's had enough adventuring for the time being.
Yes, get away.
He thinks he's just gonna go back to being an archaeologist.
Thank God, thank God.
Because he thinks being an archaeologist is fun. He gets to learn a lot of things. He gets to dig a lot. And he really appreciates doing GIS. It's very informative.
I'd like to pull Fred aside.
Yes.
No!
Can you just let me do my thing for like 30 seconds and trust me? Can I pull Fred aside?
Okay.
Okay. I don't care if they hear anymore. So I'm
Okay.
gonna say it so I don't have to type it to you because this is gonna be boring if I have to type it to you.
Okay.
You have to say it in the voice.
So I'm just gonna look him right in the eye, not next to the group, and I'm just gonna say, "Now you have to tell me, where did you go?"
Oh, Fred's like, I helped do the watch. I walked around the camp to make
Oh,
sure that there were no
shit.
tracks around it, and I set up my own little alarm system to make sure that, if people approached, they would alert us to it. Like, that's what you're supposed to do during a watch.
Yeah.
But what
Feel like
else
an
did you
idiot.
do that you're not
Wow.
telling me?
Like, what do you mean not telling you?
Can I insight to see if he's just? He's probably just being clueless, but like,
Go ahead, roll insight. It's fine. That's a 4.
does he seem like he's hiding some? Oh, that was close to being a 3. 19.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Ugh. Oh. All right.
We are all utterly in the dark on this.
Uh, are you nervous, Fred?
What? What? No. About what? It's good to be home.
Speak your mind.
I'm happy to be home. Aren't we happy to be home, right, Gail? Kind of shakes his backpack so that the cage goes a little, jiggles a little bit.
Oh my god.
Gail.
I feel like you're hiding something from me, Fred.
What? No.
I just want to as a dragonborn, let this like deep guttural growl go for a second, and then just be like, Fred, what are you not telling me?
Like, I don't understand. If I'm not saying it, then how do I know it's something I'm not saying? Like,
What else did you do? And do you really want to be here?
what do you mean? What did I like? He looks. Fred looks really weird. Like, he doesn't understand. He honestly doesn't
Like he's
understand
like,
what you're
like,
asking.
is he sweating or is he just
He
like
is sweating,
like,
but he
he-
doesn't know what you're asking, though.
Okay. Fred seems conflicted, so I'm wondering why he's conflicted.
Are we all close enough to hear this?
Yeah.
Happening?
No, it's escalated loud enough that you can hear it.
Okay. Can I, like, as Varn is facing Fred, can I kind of like sneakily go behind Fred and start whispering to Gale?
Okay.
You clown.
Okay, so, for anybody who's a nitpicker, I guess just to make it easier, I'm basically just giving Dagmar free animal speak as part of her barbarian. But technically, it's a ritual. Technically, you're supposed to actually take the time to cast it, but it's fine. Whatever, not a big deal.
What? It's a passive thing. I wrote it down as a passive thing that I just have. It's mine.
It's technically not a
my
passive
language
thing if you read it in the book. You have to do a ritual spell to do it, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Okay, so you whisper the chicken.
Yeah. I'm gonna whisper to Gale and just be like, hey, buddy, hey, little buddy. What's going on with Fred? Daryl, that's not nice.
Oh.
Daryl, that's just not nice.
Did she use the wrong Bach with you?
He wrote, cluck, 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 hey, ugly.
Hey, I thought we
Oh no.
said
No.
was offensive.
Gail, no. I'm talking about last night. What happened with Fred last night? Yeah.
Do you want me to cast animal friendship on Gale?
Yeah. Can you do that?
Will do.
Okay. Charm the chicken.
Okay, wait. Animal friendship. Okay, wait. I'm just wondering if Gale has a save. I can't remember if Gale has it. Wait, the T-Rex had a save, didn't it?
Yes, it was a
Oh,
wisdom.
yeah.
Wisdom 14.
Yeah.
So I'll
Okay.
click cast, and you can see the details.
Yeah, well, it's a chicken, so its intelligence is below 4.
No, it's not an intelligence save; it's a wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom save. Sorry. Well, so no, but it's if the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails, right? Because it has to be an animal.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let me see. Gale chicken.
Nope.
Aha!
Okay. So
The chicken is mine. Ours.
okay, so
I'm
Gale.
just. Sorry. Go ahead.
So you're trying to convince that the spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Okay, so Gale doesn't think that you or Dagmar mean it any harm. Okay.
Okay. Well, technically, it also the spell specifically says, convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you can see within range. It must see and hear you. The beast is charmed by you for the spell's duration.
Okay.
And if one or you or your companions harms the target, the spell ends. So I'm just going to sort of just say, Gail, just be nice to Dagmar and answer her questions, please.
I'm just wondering if Gale
And give
understands
her,
common.
and I'll give her a little morsel of food in the process.
Oh God. Okay. That's weird coming from a chicken. All right. Hello. Girl. What was Fred doing during his watch the night before? Exactly. Right, but did he see any danger? He was walking around the camp. Why was he walking around the camp? He didn't see anything. Okay.
Ask what he did.
Okay. He was walking around to be on his watch. Duh. Okay. What did he do while he was walking around?
No one asked him to be on watch.
I did. I technically did.
Oh, you did. You clown.
And what is Fred doing this entire time? Can I take a look at Fred and just sort of like do an insight check to see what he's
Just like
doing
ganging
while
up
we're
on this
interrogating
small guy.
Gale and how he's feeling?
He was probably checking for tracks, setting alarms. What, Gail? Why do you think Zavarin is so worked up about this? The chicken just called me weird.
Well, the chicken's not wrong.
Okay. Yes, we are friends. Better than you are friends with Fred. So maybe just leave him.
I'm just gonna. You realize, Dagmar, that Fred can hear all of this and is probably freaked out by it. I'm just gonna insight check Fred real quick.
No.
Think.
Because remember, Dagmar is talking to the chicken with animal speak, so I assume Dagmar is going cluck, 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 this whole time.
No!
I'm sure.
No!
I'm still gonna try to, if it's okay with the DM, I'm still gonna try to insight check Fred. And I've got plus guidance. If you'll permit me, guidance is a 24.
I'm gonna say right now, I don't think we're gonna get anything out of this chicken.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like the horse again.
What about
Yep.
you, Fred? What about you, Fred? You seem nervous. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just like, why are you guys interested in me all of a sudden?
All of a sudden.
We weren't, but Zvarn brought
We
you over
weren't.
here, and then he said he was concerned. So, is Zvarn's our friend, and you're our friend. So, if Zvarn is, one friend is concerned about another friend, then we share that concern. That's what friends do.
Um, Fred looks at you blankly. He's kind of like, oh, that's nice. Oh, okay. Nice to have friends, right, Gail? Again, shakes his backpack so the cage jiggles a little bit. See.
Fred, did you enjoy traveling with us?
Fred's kind of like, it was okay.
Mm.
So, would you mind if I looked into and talked to Whistle on the side and said, Whistle, how are you feeling? Do you feeling like you might want to stay with Fred and the folks here, and you can use your hunting and tracking abilities to help them, or would you like to come back to Clark with us and see if maybe we can get you a job with Helgarina Lithic's booty?
Oh my god.
What's a Helgarina? What's a Lithic?
That's her name, I think. Was it? What was it? What was it, Dagmar? Lithic's booty.
Rock bottom.
Rock bottom. Thank you. Thank you. Just trying to, do what we can to try to find you steady employment so you don't have to work for the likes of Moo, who, she was into some pretty nasty stuff, huh?
Kind of shrugs again, and it's like, I mean, he didn't really get into that much trouble. I mean, that's what Pablo and Cassandra were there for.
And how's that going now?
Oh my god.
Well, first of all, while not going great for them now, just because you don't get into trouble doesn't mean that people aren't doing things that are wrong, right? Like Moon knew that the artifacts that she was taking out and selling were hurting people, but she just didn't care. But I know that you do. So I figured maybe this would be a way for you to do the same thing you were doing before, only do it the right way and make sure that what you're doing is helping people. I used to do, I used to do bad things when I was younger. I really did. But when I got older and I changed, and now at least I think, or I hope I'm trying to do the right thing and help people. So if you can make money and make a living and do it in a nicer way, in a kinder way, why not, right?
Kind of like, it's like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. And Whistle is doing the thing when adults talk to teenagers and teenagers are trying to give you the answer that they think you want. It's basically what she's doing now.
Well, I can't control you, and you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You're a grown goblin. I'm a grown goblin. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. But figure you can get a steady job. Why not, right? And you could always stay here Do you like oatmeal and sardines?
I prefer conies.
Ooh, we
Maybe
got those here too.
I do like a good fish head. Fish head soup is one of my favorites.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Before I became a vegetarian, and yes, I just realized vegetarians can eat eggs too.
Ha.
Only vegans don't eat eggs, so I used to enjoy that sort of thing too. But yeah, they got plenty of that here if you're interested.
Yeah, sure. I guess. So looks at Fred. Fred like nods and is like, "Yes, you can join us. You can help us do stuff. You can help us dig up stuff." And like, they both look over at Professor Zigzwibudsurk P Onum Ul Kajig Fed Kaba. And he's like, yes, it's fine. We'll just put in your job application. We'll do a quick background check. I'll give you an interview, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll go fine, and we can put you to work somewhere.
Oh, and I'd also point out she's also an incredibly skilled tracker and hunter, which might be very, very useful out here on in the field.
Not as good as me, but
Yeah.
I give Dagmar the side eye.
Like the professor kind of like looks around. It's like, yeah, artifacts have a tendency to get up and run away, so I'll have to track them down, right? Right, Fred? Elbows Fred a little bit. Fred's like, ha 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 ha.
No, not like that. But when you're in the
what?
field, you're in the wild, right? I mean, this is a serious safety. This is why we have tailgate meetings and in archaeology, and why we talk about safety issues in the field.
And
Yup.
like the professor's kind of like, danger. Like, what danger are you talking about? The most dangerous thing out here is ticks, and we're fine.
I used
Now I'm
to
getting
be young
everybody
and
to side,
stupid
oh
like
yeah,
that.
ticks are a real problem out here. You ain't kidding me.
You guys are so
You
dramatic.
should see
They're
the
just
size of some of the ones that we saw, right, Fred?
Fred does that kind of like. I'm trying to think of how to describe that kind of face. That kind of like, oh my goodness, like someone experiencing like flashback to a traumatic event, like.
The terms you are looking for is emotional damage.
PTSD.
If anybody's gonna have PTSD, it's gonna be Genera, am I right? And then I'm gonna nudge Genera a little bit, and then realize
are
that
awful.
it was too soon for that joke.
Y'all are really just the worst.
Too
Shut
soon.
her away a little bit.
Too soon.
While we're grouped up still, can I take Zavarin aside within still that everybody else can hear, not the goblins, but just grab. Anyway, Zavarin, can I ask you a question?
What?
What was that going on with Fred? What happened there?
He left in the middle of the night and I didn't know why.
Okay,
I don't trust him.
I don't either.
Yeah, you want him to come with us.
I want to keep an eye on him so I don't know where he is at all times.
Keep your
But
friends
he's not
closer.
our problem anymore.
He's not our
No, keep your friends close and your
The
enemies
problem-
closer. Sorry.
until he's working for the enemy. Always. You
He
always
is-
keep them close. That's why I keep Dagmar so close to me. Jeez.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm going to bed.
Yep, me too.
Is it
And
safe here,
I
or are we
just-
just gonna
I just
are we
say-
doing watches?
I just sort of walk up to Whistle and Fred, and I'll say, I hope I see you both in the morning, but if I don't, and I hand each of them a chrysanthemum.
Aw.
Fred's is pink, which symbolizes innocence, and Whistle's is blue, which signifies resourcefulness. And see, these are for you. Good night.
They thank
And I
you.
hit that.
They're happy. Like, oh, okay.
I'm gonna tap Fred's shoulder, and I'm still gonna be frowning at him with utmost hatred, but I'm going to pull out the owlbear from my pack, and I'm gonna hand it to him and just say, thanks for sticking with us, I guess. And this is a sign of good faith that if you saw anything that can be helpful to us moving forward, it'd be nice if you told it to us before we departed. Goodbye.
Helpful to you?
Yes, your secrets and shit.
He kind of like his eyebrows raised, like secrets. Like it's like, why are you guys so obsessed about secrets?
Oh my god.
I'll give you a hint. It's a 2-letter word. It starts with a D and ends with an M.
A 2-letter word that starts with a D and ends with an M.
I'm speaking this not as
Okay.
Gretel, but as player Michael.
Oh no! I thought you. I misheard that for a second. I thought you said a 2-word phrase. Is what I was thinking. A 2-word phrase, not a 2-letter word. Okay.
A 2-letter word starts with D and ends with M.
Okay.
Still like
I know
Kind of.
Fred
Okay. Wait. No,
has.
actually, I might have to retcon something ever so slightly.
good thing I gave that owlbear back.
Okay.
I
Okay.
would
So.
like to know what you are retconning.
Okay. So. I'd have to go back and listen to the conversation exactly. I will go back and listen to the conversation because that's what I do for the notes. He kind of pats himself, reaches into like a pocket, and he pulls out a coin. Doesn't look particularly like much, and like he shows
Right,
it
but
to
we
you.
all know where he got it.
The coin looks fairly new. He's like, yeah, this coin isn't new. It's been newly minted recently. So I didn't think it had any archaeological or historical significance, but it might be kind of useful.
Thus,
Was that from the cave?
Yes, it was. And he hands it to you, so you have a coin.
isn't everything in the cave cursed?
That would mean
So
you two are cursed.
I mean,
I step.
you didn't know what happened, so but you
Clearly, you
Well,
don't know what
I
happened. either.
maybe. I only
Hold
know
on.
bits and pieces of what happened. I'll know what happens when it comes up again.
A theory, what were you gonna say?
Oh, so I want to step over and I ask, can I take a look at that coin?
Fred hands Fred's the theory of the coin.
And Fred, where did you get this?
It was in the
Said-
tests. In the tests that we broke open.
No. No.
Okay.
No.
And I take a look at the coin. I flip it front and back. Are there any images?
Are you actually investigating it or not?
She just said she was
Um,
looking at it.
Okay.
Just looking to see if there are any images.
I'm sorry. He has me really paranoid after something I had told him a while back.
Wait, hold on. Okay, this is interesting, and I show it to was it Janera that he gave it to?
He would have handed the coin to you, Asiri.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
if Canary asked for it, then she would have. Fred would have handed it to whoever asked for it.
Yeah. So I go to Janera, and I'm like, Janera, do you recognize this? It's got an image of it's a horned helmet, and there's a hobgoblin in armor. I mean, this looks like a newly minted coin. Does this look familiar to you?
It might be Kulog.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because some of the coins that were in that chest were old, and these are pretty recent because here, I picked one up too.
Yeah, because you looted Moo, right? So were any of the coins you got off her, are they similar?
No, so I picked up coins out of the crates, and those crates they sort of look like regular old crates back in the town where I grew up, where the thieves would store stuff. So I don't think those were like, ancient crates. I think somebody brought those in there. And so that's where I got the coins out of the crates. Question is, who brought those in there? Would it have been Moo? Probably.
I
No,
mean,
I
it
don't
makes
think
sense.
so.
Right? No. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't think so. If she had gone there with the intent to get money that she had taken, like, I feel like things would have went down a completely different way. I
But
don't think she knew they were there.
this almost looks like some kind of coinage. I mean, does Kulog's army have their own coins?
Is he so powerful he has his own currency now?
Or some
Fred
kind
Fred
of...
nods. It's like, yeah, that's kind of what Kulog does. He it seems like he's now minting coins.
They're Imperial credits, dude.
Oh my god.
Well, okay,
Yeah, they
I'm
were
pretty
in the...
tired, Fred says, and he's like, okay, and he goes off to sleep. And follows
Thanks,
after him.
Fred. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome anytime. Archaeology is so helpful.
But these were in the...
He's got the bedside manners of an archaeologist.
Except he's far too innocent.
Yeah.
The
But
professor looks over and it's like the coin's like, huh, what's that coin?
You know anything about this, Professor?
He kind of looks at it, adjusts his monocle looking at it, and this artifact doesn't seem to be... It's far younger than the 50-year-old threshold for being classified as an archaeological artifact. Not really interested.
Hey.
Kind of flips at you. Flips the coin back at you.
Well, okay. We're not really interested in it being an, old enough artifact, but have you seen coins like this before? Like,
Okay,
have you
so he
received it
takes
as
it back.
currency?
He takes it back, and it's like, well, this specific currency, no, I haven't seen it before. But typically when you look at the coins are minted by whoever the local authority of the jurisdiction is. So if you go to Oak Ridge, all their coins have Oak Ridge or the Oak Ridge's mayor's face on it, and if you go to Clark, they'll have their mayor's face on the coin. So yeah, I mean, whoever this coin came from, probably the mayor is this fearsome armored individual.
Cool. Thanks.
But these coins were in the box that I think Zavarin was in.
Zavarin is secretly a spy. Kill him.
So Zavarin, do you remember
anything
where
about
you
that.
were? Do you remember where you were?
I don't know anything about that.
Coins got in there.
Could it be that Kulog is closer to us than we think and that he was here?
I mean, unless somebody stole
I know
these coins.
nothing about stealing coins.
Where the hell have you... Where are you even from? We know nothing about you.
And
We
the
know
fact that
nothing
you have
about
to
you.
say that means that you probably did.
I did not steal any coins myself.
Well, I believe you, Svaron. I think you probably
The bandits, on the other
realize.
hand,
Yeah, you were clearly kidnapped, and so whoever kidnapped you, I think, is where the coins are coming from.
Was he kidnapped though?
Well,
Or were they trying to get rid of him?
well, yeah,
Tie up loose ends.
Oh my
Guys,
If
god!
Svaron,
stop
Svaron,
chatting.
you
I'm
were-
trying to sleep.
Oh yeah!
Oh, that's right.
Gretel.
Gretel's sleeping. We're all still up talking, and Gretel's like, "Shut up."
I think
Yeah.
if Svaron can remember where he was when he got thrown in a box, that might help tell us where these coins are coming from.
well,
That's
if you were
just-
better at listening.
Not a
As the
not an
person that
issue
doesn't
of
take
remembering,
notes.
and more of an issue of just telling us what the hell happened.
Sure.
Classic bard shit.
Well, if you were
Hella shady.
listening, I said, I'll repeat it again for the sake of none of you listening. I said, I didn't take the coins myself, but I can't speak for the bandits. So,
Yeah,
good night, and
I-
we're all going to respect Gretel going to sleep.
okay. I believe you. I think these were thieves, because those look like thieves' crates that I'm used to seeing.
Bandits.
And they would normally hide their loot somewhere like a cave. Not just go to the bank in town and make a deposit. So I think the thieves somehow got a hold of Kulog's coins. And I don't
Hashtag
know.
the DM is an instigator. Sorry. Continue.
And I don't know how Svarin, got caught up in it, but I can guess you probably just got yourself in trouble
Sure.
without realizing it.
Sure. Sure. If you insist.
But I believe you that you didn't steal coins.
Again, I did not do the stealing.
No.
Specifically.
This has the marks of the Thieves Guild to me.
Hmm.
All I'm going to say is bandits don't respect their word always, so.
What on earth did you have going on with bandits?
I don't know if that's your business.
It is if you're gonna keep hanging out with this crowd.
And what crowd do you hang with?
My friends here. Gestures at everybody with Gretel sleeping nearby.
Oh, so you would consider Fred part of your gang?
No.
I believe you just gestured to Fred.
You. Good night.
As Dagmar walks away, I will pull out my mage hand, saying goodnight, and the mage hand is going to flip off Dagmar.
Ghost!
I'm just gonna bite my cheek and walk off for today.
For today, your threats are empty. Remember who saved your life.
That's why you're getting a free pass today. And you didn't save my life,
Sure.
you saved my hit points.
I don't know how you would have landed, so I'm going to say I saved your life.
Here, I'm gonna head into one of the tents.
Wait, did you set up
I
a tent or are you
give
just
the-
walking into a random goblin's tent?
He's walking into a random goblin's tent
Yeah,
right now.
it's a random go.
Like an
I stand by
absolute
it.
and utter creep.
Yeah, stand by it.
You are the worst, subjectively speaking.
This is all I can do to keep from raging at him. I assume that there's like a kind of like a boarding house tent situation. I'm just gonna head into one of those.
I'm gonna give the coin that I have to Janera, since it's her brother's image on it,
No.
if she wants it.
It's just like,
Arguably,
yeah,
that
Let
would
great.
me
not make me want
contemplate
it.
on this.
God damn.
I'm just gonna stick the coins in my pouch.
Make sure to change your inventory, or it's going to be 1 gold coin.
Oh god, are you over encumbered now?
Oh my goodness, I've been listening to a podcast talking about advanced D&D, and I'm like, oh man, encumbrance rules. Oh, all the math, how I miss it.
God.
Miss it.
Okay, so I assume you're all going to settle in tonight. Go ahead and describe quickly how you're sleeping. Are you throwing out a bedroll and sleeping on the floor? What are you eating? There's food here. You know,
Oh, I want to eat before bed.
yeah, there's food that's available. The shovel hobs freely share it with you. You can set up your tents inside the camp, outside the camp, however you like.
I want to. Is there like what do they have? Is there like a fire or something? What do they eat? Where are they eating?
I mean, this is a large, sprawling camp. I'm trying to remember
Is there like a mess area or something?
Trying to remember if I have. I'm almost certain I did do a. Did I? Let me see.
When the DM creates too much stuff and even he can't remember.
Well, I'm trying to remember if I actually drew the map of the campsite. I don't think I did. I think I just was like whatever. I think basically this is it. Okay, so we're gonna zoom out slightly. And I'm gonna delete this one down here. So this is roughly a map of the campsite. So what happens is this is actually a riverbed. It's dry now because this was actually not a riverbed, but this was a mud flow. And that is what revealed the dig site here. From some rains a few weeks before. So basically, you can set up your tent. There are tents and campfires all up and down like this area. So you can just pick a spot wherever you like.
I would like to camp on the datum.
Okay. Yes, you may.
It just feels right.
That's right.
Oh my god. Ow.
Is there an area where some of them are like eating?
Yeah. They have several campfires going. You can pick anyone.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go up to one of the campfires and I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of sloppily and respectfully enjoy a bowl of oatmeal and sardines.
It is the best bowl of oatmeal and sardines you have ever had.
Oh, wonderful. I love it.
That's not a feat.
It is now.
Okay. Fred goes off, I guess, to his old spot. Here we go. I guess she kind of like wanders around but eventually parks herself next to or nearby Fred and then lies on the ground. Bare on the ground, basically nothing. Maybe kind of like moves the dirt around in a little mound and then goes to sleep. Do you guys do anything for the night?
In the bunk tent, I find a bed that's not occupied, and then I lay in it. And actually, there's two because goblins are small. So there's two unoccupied beds, one like right next to the other one. So I sleep on both of them.
Okay.
And then the two goblins show up, and they're too scared of me, so they sleep on the ground next to their beds because I'm on them. That's what I do. That's what happened.
It's kind of a weird Goldilocks and the Three Bears kind of thing.
Walk in and it's a half orc.
Okay, so you push together those two beds. You still don't
Yeah.
fit on them. Either
Well, I
your
made it
arms are hanging off
longer.
the sides, or your feet like are hanging off the sides. Like it's basically your shoulders to your knees are basically supported. So kind of like it's like you're lying on there, but your legs like stick all the way off the end, and your like feet are planted on the ground.
Well, can I just make them longer? Like the beds longer? Because I was assuming like
Thought you
one.
meant your
and
feet
then-
for a sec.
What?
You said, "Can I make them longer?" I thought you meant your feet for a sec. I
No,
just
no,
wanted you to know that.
My,
Um,
my impromptu bed. So like my arms are dangling off the sides, but it's long enough for me.
Okay, like that way.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
The goblins are not. Okay, wait. Let me ask you, Dagmar. Are you a snorer?
What do you guys think? Because I
Yes,
don't know.
100%,
Well, what?
absolutely,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Okay, so
I
Dagmar,
shouldn't have asked.
I will bank all of my gold on it.
I mean, you could roll for it.
Can I roll for it?
okay, you're the one that's
Roll.
gonna make up the roll. I'm not making up the
Roll
roll.
for performance.
Well, like, no, just roll
No,
a d20. So,
Yeah.
like, if you 1 through 10, yes, you snore. 11 through 20, you don't snore.
Okay,
Or
I
just
can do
flip a
that.
coin.
Okay,
Aha.
so I'm gonna. So I. This is just as an introduction. Because I also want to introduce a certain other mechanics that we haven't really been doing in D&D. But I want to introduce a couple things. Actually, it's a good one. So Dagmar, don't do a D20. I want you to roll a D100. I want you to get used to that. But we'll do the same thing.
Same, but I already got the
Oh, okay,
result
well,
I
okay.
wanted.
No.
All right, then.
No.
All right, that's fine.
Reroll.
That's fine. No. So Dagmar doesn't snore.
Yeah.
The
Ooh.
goblins come in and see that their beds are taken up by this stranger who is sleeping soundly like an angel.
Mhm.
Okay. The goblins shrug. They look at the furs that you're wearing. I'm going to actually put up a picture of Dagmar so that we can see this more clearly. Let's see, where are you? Do I have a colored version of you? I don't think I have a colored version of you on here, huh? Okay, I'll just put that on there.
You're just on the website.
It's me.
Hit you.
It me.
Okay.
I don't like where this is going.
So they look at you,
Don't.
and they're looking at the furs on you, and they sort of assume that those are blankets, and they just basically fall asleep on top of you. It's a bunk bed, right?
Oh,
I
yes.
hate this.
Yes. I love this. I'm so happy right now.
I hate this. Oh, I hate this so very much.
So here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so the goblins are gonna try to do this stealthily so they don't wake you up. Let's see, so they are gonna roll a d20 for stealth. 5. Please roll a perception check to see if you notice them climbing on top of you.
I will. Oh my god.
Oh, just barely.
Get off!
You feel the you feel this gentle sensation of tiny hands kind of like crawl up on top of you, and then the weight of 2 goblins kind of resting and putting their heads down on the furs that you're wearing, and they kind of bundle it together to sort of form a pillow, and then they begin to sleep on top of you.
Right, but I noticed, so can I just like shove them off?
Yes, you may.
I will do that.
Rude.
I'm gonna wait. Oh wait, sorry, hold on. There we go.
You don't need to make a strength check in order to shove the goblins off.
They're
don't
goblins,
resist.
sir.
She just like threw them outside the tent.
You come into their home. Don't take their beds and then throw
an
them on the
honored-
floor.
I'm an
How
honored
rude.
guest here, okay?
Someone thinks highly of themselves.
This is not my first visit to this site.
They're kind of confused. The goblins are visibly frustrated because they're thinking like, we want a bed too to sleep in.
That really sucks.
So Dagmar, what do you do?
I shoved them off. And then I kind of faced the direction of the side of the tent, so I'm like facing, like my back is to them now.
Okay, they disappear. They walk away.
Good. Exactly how I wanted that to go.
Do you go back to sleep?
Yep.
Roll another perception check.
Damn. Oh, jeez. Ha!
You're staying one step ahead of me. You hear a creaking. Like the tent is like shaking a little bit. Like, is it windy? You're not quite sure. You open your eyes, and in the darkness, you can see that the roof of the tent is a lot lower than it was a few moments ago. It's like dipping down really low. It's almost touching your face.
I can sleep through it. That's fine.
I love this. I love where this is
sleeping on
going.
top of the tent? What is happening?
Yes, they climbed on top of the tent, and now they're sleeping on top of the tent, and that weight is sagging down over Dagmar.
I'm fine with it as long as they're not like close to me or anything like that. I'll take the fabric on top of my face or whatever. It's fine.
Well, no, but that's the funny thing. They are directly above you. They are technically, like 6 inches a foot right above your face.
Well, then I'm going to fucking yeet them off into space then. I'm just gonna freaking kick the fabric with them on top of it then. Propel them away.
I need a picture of this.
I need
It's
an
like an
animation.
animated
Can we?
GIF.
Can we pay
Yep.
someone to animate this?
Oh my god. Can I send them flying, DM?
Go ahead and roll a athletics. Yeah, let's do athletics. It's a shot put. That's what this is.
It's fine.
You
Good
finally
enough
roll
for me.
high, Dagmar. So you toss them. So from underneath, I assume you push them.
No, I kick them.
Okay, you kick them. They tumble off the tent, and the tent roof springs back up. And you can hear them sort of tumble outside and say, "Ouch."
Good. Now I go back to sleep.
Okay. Please roll another perception check.
Come on, give me a break. Oh my god.
You're a disturbed creature. Just find a new place.
It's just gonna
Girl,
go back
you're not
and
gonna
forth.
win. So just stop.
Okay. You fall asleep. Like you hear them sort of walk away, and you don't hear very much afterwards. And you hear like the whole campsite quiet down,
God.
and all the clanging of pots and pans stop. You hear fires are doused out. The sizzle of the fire are being doused out with water. The rest of you, what are the rest of you doing?
Sleeping.
Okay, in a tent. What
Sleeping.
tent?
I finished my food. I'm going to bed.
Okay. Well, where do you put your beds? Where do you put your tents? Just give us a quick description, everybody. Gradal.
I thought Gradal was already asleep.
Oh, he's asleep already. Okay, then
Gradal's
Janera.
been asleep for like 20 minutes.
I'm just gonna roll out my bedroll by Gradal.
Okay. How about a theory?
Yeah, I'm just rolling out my bedroll over by the datum.
Okay.
I
Have a snack.
will go over near the datum as well, so that she's not fully alone. At least we're keeping our party kind of close, because I have no idea where Gradall decided to sleep.
Okay. Um. All right then. Okay. Okay, so none of you set up a watch. Pick monsters, invade the campsite. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wait.
I would have
Panics.
quit.
Just
I would have
no,
actually
no.
just quit.
I would have just laughed. So just a brief like meta thing for a sec. So the character I had made for one of my other campaigns was a Warforged, and if you don't know, they don't sleep. They have a sentry mode where they just kind of go into power saving mode to long rest. And I never got to use that ability, and I've always wanted to use that ability. So yeah, do it. Have stuff attack us in our sleep.
No, he doesn't mean that.
And ticks invade the camp.
Okay. Okay, so the night basically passes without the incident. Okay, everybody except for Dagmar roll perception, because Dagmar already rolled perception.
Mm-hmm.
Although technically it should be at disadvantage, but whatever.
Oof. I don't see nothing.
Rattle,
Grattle.
finally.
Wow, finally. I'm so proud of you.
Finally, I rolled a natural 20.
I just see his mic unmute for a moment.
Holy shit.
Oh my
I
god.
had it on
the
mute because I
relief.
thought I was asleep, so I just put it on mute and listened to all the wonderfulness with that was going on with Dagmar in the tent.
The relief of seeing the green 26.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Okay. It's the middle of the night, but all of you hear several footsteps kind of walking around the camp. You hear kind of a jingle jangle of certain metal objects, like, yeah, you're not quite sure. And you can hear like cloth, kind of like cloth being rubbed with something or other. You're not quite sure. I don't know. Just sounds like people moving around, but it's still quite late in the night.
Be awake? Or
It's up to you. You can open your eyes. You can stay awake.
Can I get up and investigate?
I would also
stealthily?
like to investigate.
Okay. So
Stealthily.
Svarin, it's a very dark night. It's very hard to see things.
Alright, I will just kind of sit in my bedroll, just like in prepared mode.
Okay.
So like hand on my weapon, like just looking out into the darkness.
Okay.
Depending on what a theory does.
Yeah, I'm kind of just doing the same thing.
Yeah, but can't you see?
Well, yeah. I can see, but I'm trying to sleep, so I feel fairly safe here.
Unless they're all dipping. Someone's getting a message. I don't know who it is, but someone's definitely getting a message.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking around. I just see some goblins walking around camp and picking up equipment, just doing normal night camp, putting stuff away late at night. I don't see anything unusual happening. So I'm good with that. I'm gonna go sleep.
I'll trust in that, and I will roll back over.
I hear footsteps and quiet sounds outside of the tent that I'm in. So I'm gonna pretend to stay asleep, but underneath my furs, I've got my hand on my axe, just out of sight.
I'm not too concerned. It's just shovel hops, cleaning stuff up, and putting away equipment. So I'm just gonna roll back over and doze back off.
Okay. Wait. Who goes back to sleep? So Generic goes back to sleep. Aetheri goes back to sleep.
Varn goes back to sleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna regret it, but I'm going back to
They
sleep.
appear to be. It's not. They're not just packing up equipment. They're packing up the tents,
That's what my guess was.
which means
They're
that
ditching
they're
us.
looking to take off.
I have a question for the DM. Are there other people in the tent that I'm currently sleeping in?
No, you're alone. You're alone in the tent.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm just gonna get up and go investigate outside.
Oh, so they finish and go back to their beds and go to sleep.
So Dagmar, what do you do exactly?
I've got my hand on my axe and I get up out of my makeshift bed and then I gently peel back the flap to the tent that I'm in, and then I peek outside, but axe first.
You
And
realize you're having trouble opening the tent. You cannot seem to open up the flap.
I have an axe, so I'm going to cut the flap out. I'm just gonna.
The tent they were wrapping with the ropes and the tarps was Dagmar's.
No way! Oh my god, they're not leaving!
Guys, I have an axe.
They're not leaving, they're trapping her. I'm okay. I'm going back to sleep.
So, the funny thing is, you swing your axe against the tent, it bounces off the tent.
No, that's bullshit.
I'm in love with this right now.
Because remember that for you to cut something, it actually has to stay stiff. The tent flexes a lot, so each time you hit the tent like bounces, and so you begin to sort of cut it, but you cannot slash through it the way you would normally, the way you would imagine. The
Well,
tent
can I,
just
like,
wiggles way too
pressure
much
cut
for you to
it?
do so.
Can I pressure cut it? Can I just like put my axe against it and then shove all of my weight into it so that it pressure cuts?
The whole tent like bends over to the point where you're like on the ground and you're like digging the axe into the ground with the whole tent sort of like shaking and kind of like twisting it to
There's
under your
other
pressure.
beds in the tent that's weighing it down.
Now, hold on. This is a tent, so I assume that Dagmar, instead of trying fruitlessly to cut it open, can just pull up the bottom of the tent and crawl underneath the bottom of the tent.
Can she do that?
Well, go ahead, try.
I'm I can't handle it. I can't deal with this.
Dagmar turns out to be claustrophobic.
She's just like, what the fuck is happening? So she's gonna try, if there's like a zipper or something on the bottom, she's gonna try to pull it up and then get her axe, and if not her axe, get her sword in the slit and then like pull it up to cut the rope and anything down
Okay,
there.
so you're trying to pry it up is what you're doing. Okay.
Oh my freaking god, Aetheri.
I can't draw.
That is incredible what I'm seeing right there.
Can we put this on stream?
Can we? How do we get this on the?
Okay, fine. I'll get this on the stream. Just give me a second. Okay. All right.
No, it's so bad.
No, it's perfect. It's
Oh,
everything I've ever wanted.
This made my January.
Okay. So Dagmar,
Oh my
you
god.
shove your axe or your sword or whatever into the ground, and like underneath the flaps of the tent, and you kind of try to lift up, and you realize like the tent's a lot heavier than you imagined, right? Because the tent is no longer wrapped with just one layer of fabric. It now has 3, 4, 5 layers. And there's a lot of rope going around. So it's taking you a while to kind of like pry it up, and it's not quite cutting. Kind of like the first layer might cut a little bit, but there's a lot of resistance to it. Right, because the whole thing is kind of bouncy and stretchy. If
Can I
you
rage?
want, you can like try to crawl underneath. You now have the space to crawl underneath, though, if you try.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm. Okay, fine. 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 I'm gonna crawl underneath, but then as soon as I'm standing again, I am in barbarian rage mode, and I am going to hunt those little buddies until the end of the earth, and then I'm going to murder them.
Careful what you say.
At this point, will I have heard Dagmar making a fuss, and can I just yell, Dagmar, just let it go and go back to bed. We're trying to sleep.
We're all just rolling our eyes at Dagmar, being like, "Will you shut up?"
Okay, so I mean, what do you want to do, Dagmar?
Well, I mean, I'm out now, so I did the crawl, and I'm gonna be trying to keep it down because sometimes Gretel intimidates me. However, I am still trying to hunt down those 2 buffoons so that I can tie them up and then leave them out at the edge of the woods or something for wildlife to eat and feed on them.
Just go back to sleep.
What I think I want to do now is I want to make you roll to see if you actually recognize them. Because my guess is you didn't actually pay attention to what they looked like, and now you're just looking at a vast crowd of goblins that all look similar.
Fucking
Hi,
art.
kids. Today, we follow the arc where we find out if Dagmar is a racist.
Oh my god. I'm so fucking mad. What the hell do you want me to roll?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. All right. It's not a save and there's no skill.
Oh my
I guess this is just an intelligence check. So you just click on your intelligence stat and you should be able to roll.
Oh.
Okay, Dagmar. You're not sure.
At this rate, Dagmar is just gonna get a short rest on this night.
Okay. You're not quite sure if it was 2 goblins, 3 goblins, 10 goblins. Not exactly sure. Probably 2. But your mental image is just like really fuzzy and out of focus. And maybe you can imagine like seeing 2 red eyes like glaring in the night and a chittering sound. Man,
Love
no, I'm
Daryl's
kidding.
sound effects.
I just sort of turn to Zvarn and I say, "You're a magic user, right? Bard, magic user.
What do you need?
I need buddy.
Next time you decide in your spell slots, pick calm emotions. We need it when we're traveling with Dagmar."
Wait, hold on. Can I
out.
rules this because
No.
because Zvarn is actually sleeping over by a theory where the
No.
datum is. So
Nope, you don't get a say
he
here.
wouldn't have
You're not smart
actually
enough.
he wouldn't
don't
have
have high enough
actually heard
intelligence.
that
I thought
Gretel
we were
said
all-
that.
I thought we were all sleeping in the same general plot outside together, while Dagmar specifically took the tent away from the rest of us
No,
I think
so
we're,
that she could
we
take
don't know,
sleeping
so-
space away
We're
from other
divided.
goblins.
So we don't actually know where you ended up setting up. So
Yeah.
I'm over here with the theory. So where did you actually set up?
Me?
Yes.
I set up wherever the hell the sleep. I went to sleep before everybody else,
Yeah.
so
So pick a
it
point on the
depends
map.
on.
Yep.
All right, I'll go to where. Hold on a second.
I mean,
Good
if you
lord.
were over like here, that's one thing, but we were like over here.
By the datum, yeah. Well, probably would have just found the nearest sleeping area closest to the
Gotcha.
tent where I dropped off Fred and
So then he wouldn't have heard that.
no,
That's fine.
I wouldn't have heard
repeat
that.
it next
Okay, I just say it in my sleep and remind myself to tell Varn in the morning. Speaking of that, it's past 10 o'clock
Yeah.
p.m. I'm sorry to
Yeah.
rain on our parade.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
I was just about to ask. Okay, so so we're gonna end Goblin Town there. So Dagmar, you're not quite sure who the goblins were. Fred is off in some bedroll somewhere. And as well as they're all sleeping. Off in some area of the camp. So I assume that most of the party is here. Here at the datum. That would be Chinera, Aetheri, Gradal, and Svarin. The Dagmar would be in a tent somewhere over here somewhere among the X's. And then you probably would have had Fred and maybe about there. And so we'll call it in tonight. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Goblin Town. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, I'd like to wish everybody a Happy New Year, even though we're coming to the end of January.
Happy Lunar New Year soon, so.
That's true. That's true. So make sure to actually make sure to say this to your uncles and aunts if you can. Gong si fatai, gong hai fatoi. Okay. If you can. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good
Good night.
night.
Bye.
Night.
Bye, everyone.